That's my boy.
And the OCO over at
We live. We live.
Yeah,
we live.
so
Yeah.
gotta make sure we
Kevin
look out.
Lyles?
Live on
Nah,
Instagram.
adios.
Boy from the Fat Boys passed away too.
Yeah, my
Marky
favorite.
Yeah.
Well,
We
second.
live. We live.
Yeah, my second favorite.
Yeah.
Because Cool Rock was my boy. Woo. Still is. Still is. Yes, yes,
Y'all have on
yes.
Instagram. I really went back and listened to all that Marky D and the Soul Connection stuff. That
Dope.
stuff was so
Mhm.
dope.
Dope.
I mean, I always liked it when it came out. But I mean, that was, you forget a lot of that first Mary stuff. I mean, the
Yeah.
411. That's a lot of the stuff came from Marky D.
Yeah, Marcus was dope. I need a burr.
Big bro. It's been a week. I need
Anybody
a
else need to
bird
plug up? Anybody plugging up on the
in my hand.
Everybody good?
Yeah. I think so.
Something smell
This
good.
is what it is.
Something
On the
good
run,
up here.
ENT.
All the people in the place to be, you are now tuned in to the
Yeah.
Damn, that's that damn marijuana again.
Is that what this is?
Oh yeah.
One of my deaf patients used to say,
All right, first of all,
marijuana.
I want to say last week was Chalk's birthday weekend. So if y'all heard us cluttering and everyone talking at the same time, that's what it was.
Hey.
I want to say that first because people
Yeah,
was
we'll
like,
talk.
y'all talking at the same time. Well, it was Chalk's birthday, and we were celebrating that.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying about
yes.
that. Anyway, old school, what's up with you?
Cool in the Game, JT Taylor, and all that.
That's right, Mr. Chop.
Yeah, man, you know.
Wagwan, brethren.
You sure you don't need a
Wagwan.
Heimlich maneuver?
Yeah, Wagwan.
Wagwan, brethren.
Me not had no problem, you know. Posted like a stump.
It's a Wagwan.
Posted like it's not mine. Last but not least, Lisa
Lisa
Marie.
Marie from the SSV.
What's cracking like everybody?
What's up with you,
What
baby?
you
You
do?
good?
Shit, in
Man.
the way, out of the way, all the way in the way, just whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, just any kind of way.
I roll how I roll.
Keep it what it is.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
shit.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
I
indeed.
move. Hey, when I move, you move.
Just
like that.
Just like that.
That's it. On with your big ass.
Hey.
That's the way it goes.
You know we got your back, Gladys. You got the 3 pips right here. Don't worry about it.
right.
Come
On that
your
midnight
ass
train
back.
to Georgia.
To Georgia.
To Georgia.
Goddamn
I
right.
wouldn't want to be in Georgia right about now.
So, Chop,
Texas,
it was
none of
your
that.
birthday last weekend, man. Did you enjoy it, man?
I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, let me show y'all something. Bling, bling.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
a
damn, where you get that
motherfucker
heavy
that
piece of
bling.
metal from?
what that is?
Some motherfucker bought it for me, guys.
Oh,
Mm.
cuz.
Think
Can
it
they
was-
buy me one
I think it
too?
was my brother, guys.
Can they buy me one of them too?
I've been trying to figure it out.
I mean, can I get a piece for earrings? You know that's how we do when shit
I
break,
got your,
break
I
in the
got,
hood.
I got your back. I got
You
your
said
back.
this shit break.
Shit be
Can I get some
breaking.
earrings?
Yeah, you
You
used to make
know.
them in the earrings like you
Yeah,
used to do.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
that what
yeah.
Ahmad used to say?
Yeah,
The Turkish.
yeah. the
Man,
Turkish
that motherfucker
links,
be
them
hanging off the
motherfuckers-
ear like
them
a
motherfuckers be earrings.
Yeah. No, but I had a great birthday, and
How did they break Turkishes back in the day?
The shit just happened.
Oh,
baby.
they
There
were
was a
just-
lot
they were
going
just-
on.
links, bro. You never owned one, so that's why you wouldn't know,
The shit
How,
just
how do you
happened.
know I never owned one?
because you asked a dumb question.
You just asked the question.
Well,
You
You know how Turkish? They're called Turkish links. They're a link.
Hey, you know what? Right now, I want to give a shout out to my boy Winston in West Virginia.
Shout out to Winston.
Entrepreneur, all that type of shit. Yeah. What's up, bro? Love you. Also, shout out to Justified. I'm gonna get back with you, man. I've been so busy. You know what I'm saying? It's been crazy.
Yeah, and by the way, I did tell him to contact you when you called me.
Yes, he did.
So there it is.
Tyra, what's up, Tyra?
Hey, cousin.
Hey,
Glad
man,
you
what
did.
And
you
you're
doing?
right. I didn't own the Turkish link.
There it is.
We knew that already.
I'm glad you're good, cousin.
Oh, want
Coming
to
up out of that snow.
want to give a shout out to Robert Williams, one of the big homies
Oh
from
yeah,
our hood.
yeah.
He's he was in real bad condition and he pulled through. Shout out to Rob and to the whole Williams family, including Baldy and all of them. You know Rob, right? Yeah. So Rob, he's doing good, a lot better, and thanks for Roberta keeping me updated. His cousin.
Shout out
She
to
hit me
Roberta. I
every
always
day.
stay in contact
Oh,
with Jim
she,
Johnson. Boy.
yeah, man.
One way or
So,
another. Shout out to
That's
Roberta.
how I found out.
Shout out to the whole Rose family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Williams, the Rose. Shout out to them.
Yeah, Rio, all of them, man. We
Mhm.
love y'all. Definitely, we love y'all. So
All day
it is
long.
what it is.
Baldy. Man.
Yeah, but
Say
I'm
that.
glad that Rob is doing real good.
For sure.
You know, so that's all. That's all I gotta say. Like Forrest Gump.
Let's get into these damn sports. Lisa, talk to
Oh,
us.
well, you know, we lost AD for the next 2 weeks.
I seen that. It's Achilles or something.
Yeah, but it's actually his calf.
Calf
But he
strain.
didn't know that it was his. They did the right thing in going and getting the MRI, so he don't have no Achilles damage. He had a calf.
Oh, so that's why it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, we can hang in
Yeah.
there with
You
Yeah,
can
well,
you.
that's
sit
what I
down for
said.
longer.
Yeah, if it doesn't heal, he'll go back and get another MRI to make sure that
you
it's
can sit
healed.
down for longer for all I care.
For what? What do you mean for all you care?
Because he can sit down to the playoffs for all I care.
Well, if he
Long
keeps
as they
sitting down,
keep-
we ain't gonna be no playoffs. So
Right,
me
you
saying what
gotta-
I'm getting ready to say, we got some choices here, and I don't know if anybody I've been paying attention, which I hope we do. But then there's also Blake Griffin in play. Yeah,
That's not
because
Where the
bad.
fuck?
Detroit,
Where
no,
the fuck he been?
he's been to Detroit. Well,
I
there's
ain't
some
heard that
problems.
nigga name in I don't
Yeah,
know
he's
how
been playing
long.
in Detroit. I don't know. There was some problems with him in Detroit, so they're trying to trade
I'm
him.
just saying I ain't heard that
Buy
nigga
his
name
contract
in
out.
years.
And he is going to sit. Now, if the Lakers do pick him up, he gives him 2 things: power forward position, and he can play center.
Yeah.
So he gives them 2 things. Drummond is just an all around beast. He gives
Blake
you.
Griffin can't dunk anymore.
Well, I don't need him to dunk. I need you to score points.
Right.
I don't care about dunking. As we all get a certain age, look, I can't do a lot of shit I used to be able to do, but I'm still here every week. So as
Right.
long as I can wobble my fat ass up them stairs, and nigga gets good to go. So if that nigga can score some points,
Yeah.
whether it's dunking or whether it's, hey, Jordan couldn't dunk neither, but Jordan was still effective.
He was a shooter.
We got dunkers. Montrezl Harrell can dunk. AD can dunk, and LeBron damn sure can.
He's damn sure what?
He can damn sure dunk because he's had something in there. He's
Shout
put
out to
some-
Alex Caruso signing the
Yeah.
shoe contract.
Yep.
That's how dope
So
he
I've
is.
been I'm quite happy about a lot of things. You know, we're gonna be all right because the main thing, he didn't tear nothing.
Right.
So,
And that was the thing, because when he went down,
Thank God.
that's what when he first said Achilles, it kind of worried me because it kind of reminded me of Kevin Durant when he was in Golden State and they kept lying and they kept him out that month, and as soon as he came back, that shit tore.
Yeah.
So that's why I was kind of like, I don't know about all that.
Damn.
what
But
else we got?
the biggest thing though is, y'all know Carson Wentz. They traded his ass.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Mm.
He went to
For
the
what?
Colts.
That's odd because the coach is just. Oh well, Rivers is gone probably.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, he retired.
he retired. So he went to the Colts. Now you know the Colts they were pretty good.
Best
So
defense
now-
in the NFL.
Yes. So now they got a quarterback. That's a whole different look now.
Yeah, Carson.
There's a whole different look because now he got an offensive line that holds.
Right.
Sis, who was the brother who got found in the in the
Oh,
hotel.
yeah, that was the
From the
brother
Tampa
that
Bay.
played
Tampa-
with Tampa
that's-
Bay,
you don't
38
remember
years
him?
old. Yes,
38
I
years
remembered
old.
him, and when I first heard that, I'm like,
Who?
what the fuck happened to him? So I don't know.
He was a tight end.
Yeah, and I don't
For
know.
who?
He,
He was dope.
he was for
For
Tampa
Tampa
Bay.
Bay.
Tampa Bay, he was dope.
He was, and
It still ain't said what
we don't know.
happened.
They
He got
found him
found in a
Oh, they found him
hotel.
dead. That's
Yeah,
what
But
so
they
they're
trying to the latest that I got on it is that they're trying to see whether or not if he has that CP. What is it called?
that brain,
The brain
yeah, the thing that all of them have.
The CP, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Well, I thought about you when I saw it. I said, I know Sis gonna talk about it. I
Yeah,
said,
I'm trying to
but
figure out what
I
happened.
didn't know. I didn't see anything else other than
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
haven't
know.
been able to see
He was
really
38
anything
years
else.
old.
Yeah, they've been
He was
kind of
young.
quiet
Stop
about that.
blocking Coley.
Yeah, he played
Yeah,
12
what's
years
up?
in the season.
Yeah,
See?
they've been kind of quiet about that. So I don't know if
Didn't he play with San Diego too?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
He played with 2 or 3 teams,
yeah.
and
He balled.
I don't know if there's something more that they found up in there and it's keeping it hush. Yeah, that's CTC. Yeah, it's a
Yeah, is that
brain
what it's
injury.
called? CTC? Yeah.
But I don't.
Okay.
But I don't know. I have a feeling it's a little bit something more than that.
Everybody know. Everybody
Was
know
he
who
playing
he is.
in the league when
No,
it happened?
he's
He was.
he's
Oh, he was.
retired.
He was.
No,
He
he's
had already
retired.
retired.
Well,
already.
but the thing that was cool about
Like
him,
6 years. You know,
Yeah.
like-
he played 12 years. He had 61 touchdowns.
12
That is a
years.
whole lot of touchdowns.
Mhm.
In
12
I mean,
years. That's a lot to stay
61.
in the
Yeah,
league.
that's balling.
That's balling.
Yeah.
That's balling.
You feel
And
me?
he
So-
had to have made some money.
oh, he made money. He
12
was
years
living
in the league.
Well, I
so-
believe he
I
had
seen
money,
this
but
whole
I'm
story.
thinking that he
No.
was there for the Super Bowl, is what I'm thinking, and he was there doing his thing. But see what else was going on.
It was the family was kind of noticing small things about
Right,
him
right, right.
previously.
Yeah.
It wasn't right.
Yeah,
Well,
Previously.
peace to his family.
yeah,
And then they put a missing report out on him
yeah.
the day
Oh, wow.
before he died. So they put a missing report because he wouldn't answer his phone, wouldn't talk to nobody. In some kind of way, they found out where he was at. The police did a welfare check where he was at the hotel. And then the next day, the maid came in and found him.
Yeah.
So he was already kind of like,
That's,
Yeah,
yeah,
like I
going
said,
through
I don't. It's
So, yeah, it don't say the
but I think that there's a
cause
little bit
of
more
death.
to the story because they're too quiet about it. And usually, when they're too quiet about things, there's usually something else, and that they're not going to disclose everything, and they won't disclose everything till they talk to the family first. Usually,
Mhm.
so I believe that, and the family can also tell you whether or
That's
not
a
they
fact.
want something, whether or not they want
If
you
they
to
wanted
disclose
yeah,
certain
they-
things.
Yep.
So I think that that's what it is too. That's why I know it's a little bit
It is.
more.
It
than that.
always say cause of death undetermined.
Yeah, so that's
when you
why I
read
know
about
that
it,
it's a little bit
cause
something
of
more
death
than
has
that. But
still been
nevertheless, condolences to his family because
Yeah.
he was just too young to be
They was
going like that. That's crazy.
He had opened up all kind of business.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had a
real
lot
estate,
going on.
he had
It
a
wasn't
lot
like he
going
was
on.
some bum or just
Big seminars all across
Yeah,
the country.
yeah.
He was doing it. Like,
Yeah.
he was doing it.
Yeah, so
He built
it's
his
just
empire.
crazy. I don't know.
Yeah,
Rest in
that's
peace.
crazy.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What else we got? I know we got fights today, but Adrian
Yeah.
Broner.
yeah. Well, that ain't no fight. He's gonna get his ass whipped by somebody. Shit.
hate that. Dude.
I don't even bother looking
Hey.
to see he gonna fight no more because
I
the
want
nigga,
to see.
he
That
gonna get his
dude
ass beat.
sucks.
I think
I
he-
just,
never liked
the
that.
next nigga that beat his ass, I just be like, okay.
Never liked that dude. Never.
He's getting beat by all these no-name niggas, and I'm just like, you know
Now,
what?
he ain't really
Get
lost
beat
to
to
no
that.
names.
I hope he get beat.
He
to
getting
that.
beat by people he should be beating. That's the point I'm making. So according to where he was at the time,
Nah, he fought Pacquiao.
Yeah, he
He
even.
No,
fought
but he-
Vargas.
yeah, I'm not even counting
All of
those.
them was
I'm
top-notch
not, but after that,
He didn't fight
started
nobody
losing.
else.
He didn't fight nobody
But no,
else.
he was losing fights that he should have won.
Those
And
are the
then,
ones
came
that he
in,
lost.
He lost to Pacquiao.
and then he was coming in there talking about, y'all know I
Mike
won this
Donna.
fight. I'm like,
He
nigga.
lost to Mike.
He only got 3 losses.
He lost to Maidana, Pacquiao,
Pacquiao.
But see,
Vargas.
the Madonna fight is what turned me off from totally
No,
watching
him and
him.
Vargas had a draw.
Then I'll tell you why. Because he came in there after he lost,
Oh my
which he had
God.
just gotten
That
beat.
nigga going like this.
Okay. Then he came in there, y'all know, y'all get the fuck over here. Get your ass over here. That's what he was telling the reporters. You know
That
I
nigga
won that
walked
fight.
out
I'm like,
motherfucker like
nigga,
this.
look, I had a
remember
scorecard
that.
in my hand
Yeah,
going, where did you win?
Pacquiao beat the shit out of
Yeah,
that dude.
he
I know.
did it after Madonna fight. That's when I
Adrian
said
Broner.
I was through.
He's a horrible fighter.
No, he
He
ain't.
wasn't.
He's
No,
a-
no, no.
He's not.
No.
I never
bro.
liked him.
No.
Ever.
Now you
never
can't take
liked
the
No.
skills away from him.
No.
him.
The
Never
nigga just
liked
wasn't-
that dude.
No,
Ever
he
liked
just
that
wasn't.
dude.
He
I'm
wasn't
not gonna-
training the way he was supposed
Bro.
to. He got caught up in his own
Hollywood.
fucking hype,
He got
and he
caught up
started
in
doing too much
Hollywood.
instead of
Hollywood
focusing
life.
fighting. No, the nigga had
Light,
skills.
light,
That's
light,
what was so
light,
funny.
That
light.
nigga made
Floyd
money
Mayweather.
since that he had never seen before, and it changed him. That's all it was.
Yeah,
He just,
and he just wasn't doing what he should have done.
you know, when you got a nigga like Floyd, who's the greatest of all
Yeah,
time ever,
yeah,
period.
yeah.
They
The
can say what
greatest.
they want.
Yeah, yeah.
That nigga
I just was
the
like,
greatest.
Mike Tyson said, I'm just gonna tell you now, the reason why he's a champ because he's a fucking gym rat. He said he don't miss a day of training ever. And even if he ain't fighting, like he retired,
He in the fucking gym.
catch him at the gym, working out, still acting like he got a fight coming up next week.
That's what it
I
do.
hope Adrian Broner get.
He's
Fucked
accustomed
up
to
tonight.
Well,
You know,
he
you know
knows.
he's supposed to be fighting Logan Paul today.
Yeah,
Today was the day.
Floyd.
Today was supposed to be the day, but they,
He pushed it.
yeah, you know.
Floyd said on his new interview that it just gotta be right. So you know what that means.
Yeah.
Money.
It gotta be right.
Well, you gonna pay Floyd. I don't care if it's just an appearance. You gonna pay Floyd. Floyd.
I'm
don't-
weighing by like 30 pounds.
It's like this. The
Yeah.
Floyd give away a
That's
lot of
not
money.
even.
Hey, you
I don't
know
even
who
count
look,
that as a fight.
let's get into this right quick. You know who looks good? Real good? Shane Mosley Jr.
Yeah, yeah, but that's what
Oh,
I was
yeah,
telling
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Remember I told
Mosley
you.
Jr.
Yeah, but
Junior
you remember me telling you he had
I
fought
remember
down
him
here in
being
Palm
at the
Springs
house when
last
we was
Yeah.
at
year,
the house.
and I had told
And his
you.
last fight was in Indio.
Yeah,
But
I had
that
told
was
you
last
that
week.
he
Shout
yeah.
out to Shane
Hey.
Mosley
Shout out to
Jr.
Yeah,
Shane
he-
Mosley.
Shout
That's
out
what I
to
was telling y'all.
Junior.
Junior.
Town's finest.
But that's what I was telling y'all last
not
year.
playing.
I remember being at the house when we was at the house. When we
At
was
what
at the
house?
house. When we went to the fight that night that Shane fought. He was at the house.
Well, how he's gonna be at the house tonight? The Shane fought. We was
'Cause
at
he
Shane's
was
house.
too
You talking
young.
about the night that Floyd Mayweather fought? Oh, you talking about the kid?
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
kid.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was saying Shane. I was like,
You know, yeah, Shane in two
No,
places.
no,
he had two places at the fight and he fighting and with us.
You,
Nah,
you
he was
really turned my boy.
Nigga, he changed clothes,
Right.
nigga. Changed clothes.
You caught on
Yeah,
quick.
because you was getting ready.
Now I
to
get what
go
he's saying.
with
Yeah, it was Junior. Yep. Yep.
Junior.
Oh
Sure
my
was.
God, Jock.
I was like, nigga, we
Just
was at
like
Shane's
what?
house.
Jock was like, wait a minute. He stood up. He was getting ready to let you have it.
Yeah. Nah, but I remember that. You right.
What else going on in sports? I know.
Oh, shit.
That's
Right
it.
now, it's just a lot of going back and forth about this All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game. It's a lot of going back and forth because now Atlanta is telling people don't come to Atlanta. Well, why are you having an All-Star game? Why are you having that? If you
We don't want to go to Atlanta.
I was about to say.
Exactly. I know
all
I
that
don't.
Other stuff y'all got going on out there.
We don't. We did. Y'all do.
You know.
Y'all keep it.
But
we
my
ain't got
thing is,
nothing
you
against
telling the
y'all
fans
cities.
don't
Love,
come. Okay, then
Love
why
my
are you
black
having
folks,
it?
but
The hoes will be,
Atlanta's just too flamboyant for me. That's the best
the
word.
hoes will
Okay,
be
this
there. I
nigga said-
guarantee you.
That nigga
This nigga
said
said
flamboyant.
flamboyant.
Oh!
I'm gonna leave it
Before
alone.
we even say anything else, I want to give a shout out to Jazz
Oh yeah,
and her twin.
yeah,
I had to put that in there, bro.
yeah. Chi-Town, the
Chi-Town.
twins, HWA, Jazz,
Yeah,
Right.
yep,
and her
yep.
twin sister Sonya.
Sonya,
She recovered.
Yeah,
some from the COVID.
Yeah, a lot of people suffer from that COVID.
I don't want to talk
Dave
about that
Chappelle
shit.
finally came back from it, so hell,
Who?
Dave Chappelle had it and he finally recovered. Michael Strahan.
Somebody
had
else had it.
Michael
Yeah,
Strahan had it.
somebody else had it too.
A whole bunch
Just-
of motherfuckers.
I just thank God Jazz
Pulled
That's my
through.
business.
is coming through.
Yeah,
know,
because
it's
I'm gonna
just
tell you, boy, people talking about that's the common cold and the common flu. No.
Ain't shit coming about that
Fuck
shit.
They're
No,
all having
Just
they're-
as little symptoms that I had after I took the second shot, if that was any indication, keep that shit.
Keep it on.
Nigga, I was popping them Tylenol like Skittles.
they're all
Yeah, I
having
watched the-
after effects.
I watched the.
After effects of when you have it. It's the after effects. They said they're still dealing with.
Yeah, and
It's
some
very
of them,
big.
yeah, some of them
That-
gonna continue to deal with it for
Yeah.
forever because some of them gonna have the after effects of that they're not gonna be able to recover from it.
And a lot of
What
these
you mean by after effects?
lot of
Yeah,
the
well, some-
NBA
Respiratory.
people that
Some
had
of us
they had
respiratory.
it, they said
Yeah,
their breathing
because-
is
because-
really
I mean, what's so
because it
bad.
attacks your lungs.
Because
It
it-
attacks
it-
your lungs.
Attacks your
It's like
lungs.
it's like if you
okay,
smoke
look,
for
look,
20
those
years.
people understand what you're saying when you say attack your lungs.
It's an
I-
acute respiratory distress. That's what SARS-CoV is. That's the reason why when you go to take your test, you'll see SARS-CoV. And the reason you see that is because it's two combinations of two different disease processes. That's what makes this
Mhm.
coronavirus or COVID-19, as they say, deadly. And update on that COVID. It's now coming out. See, China trying to hide from it. President Biden is pushing that ass because it's coming out that yes, they did let that virus out, and they don't want to admit it.
They ain't got to. We know it. You don't remember this shit been in the plans 20 years. When you look at the car back in the day, be like, why that Chinese lady got some gloves and a mask on?
No, but that's
she already prepared.
It wasn't COVID.
Y'all remember you used to see them motherfuckers?
Right.
Don't lie, James. Have you ever seen
like,
Asian people 10 years ago wearing masks?
No, longer than that.
No, you know what I thought?
Sis. Longer than that.
But you know what I thought? I always thought that they probably had hepatitis or something. They don't get nobody.
Nigga in the car. They be on the freeway by themselves, nigga, with some gloves and a motherfucking mask and a visor on, nigga.
And I used to work with a lot of Asian people, and I have for the past 30 years, and a lot of this is their rationale. And a lot of times some of them wear it because they're afraid of offending people, because people get offended if they have the mask on. But a lot of times if they get a cold or if they get any type of thing, they'll put a mask on, and they do that to protect other people. That's why you very rarely find them with the flu.
Can I say one thing? Please stop the Asian hate. There's a lot of things going around.
They killed that
2,800
man up there. No, they killed that 84-year-old man up there in San Francisco last week. They pushed that man down.
Koreatown.
They're pushing dudes down. People are attacking Asian people.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
I've heard a lot of people.
You can't
stop.
Yeah, you can't.
That's not. Please stop.
What is that word I'm looking for? You can't be mad at somebody else of a different race of something that the government did.
Yeah,
like it's your fault.
They're not
they
even
did.
there.
You know, and the motherfuckers want to.
Yeah, they're not even there.
But see, even the thing was what I was alluding to is that it's coming out, which everybody has known it, but now they're going to be forced to tell the truth that they've lied about. What they did is they let that virus out because people were fighting against communism. So what they did is they put that out. And to kill half of the population, which they did, they killed off over 1 million people in the rural areas. Wow. And that's the thing. They did that as population to control them and let them know, you get to talking and you get to, you think you want to act the fool? Mm-hmm. This is what'll happen to you.
Remember, China is big on genocide. Remember, they've got camps right now that are like slave,
and they are slave camps.
That are like slave camps with they're doing Muslims. Like they did on plantations.
They're like the old Japanese internment camps that they had here during
they
World War II.
They are literally doing,
and they are raping and abusing the women and all that kind of stuff. It's really bad. They had a radio yesterday morning, as a matter of fact, on CNN, where she was talking about that. How she's a teacher, and they had her teaching the schools in the internment camp. And what they have done is they raped and beat that woman. So, like I'm saying, they did that purposely to gas their own people, to keep them in line. Now, there was 220 United States delegates over there because we have an embassy there. And that's how that shit got back up over here, and Americans that do business over there.
Right.
Now, that's the thing. So, like I said, they've lied about the stats of how many people died. I can tell you right now, we ain't gonna really never know how many died from that shit.
Right.
But it's higher than what they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Even here. Mm-hmm. And yet I've always maintained that.
Well, I think, to be honest, I kind of refrain from that. What I'm saying is that I think that it's less death, and they just putting a lot of different other deaths.
No.
They get them beds get paid for.
No, the beds are gonna get paid for anyway.
They got a number on. What you don't understand though, Chop? No, Chop.
What you don't understand though?
Sis, they got a number on.
They've always had a number on it. That's what I'm
trying
to tell you.
If you're on a respirator, you get.
Bro,
remember we looked it up.
Bro, I don't have to look it up. I'm telling you that they get that money anyway. Listen to what I'm telling you. Let me tell you how they do things. Let me tell you how
that kind of money.
Yes, they do. Let me tell you how it goes. You go to the hospital.
If I go to the hospital with the flu and I gotta be in the bed and they gotta give me a shot, I'm not gonna get no shit. I ain't gonna pay no $12,500 for no doctor.
Yes, she will. No, because it's $9,000 a day. Yes, it is. I'm telling you. I'm not
saying.
No, listen to why. Let me tell you something. There's an inpatient price and there's an outpatient price. The same medication that you get on the outside, you're gonna pay more for it when they give it to you in the fucking hospital. You better look at your hospital bills when you get them. Yeah. They break down all that shit. It costs you more to be in the hospital than it costs you to be out.
Chaka, I was in.
We know that.
When they I have got my prices. No, but that I'm telling you. And now, any supplies that they give you, if you were to be outside to get your oxygen tanks that you get outside, is quite cheaper than you getting oxygen in the hospital.
You guys
It
know.
has tripled the cost.
Yeah, we had
You
your,
guys know when
you had your
I was in
appendix.
February 5th, I went in the hospital to get my appendectomy. I was in the hospital, my appendix out.
That's what
Well, my appendix almost burst and I almost died. I literally was in the hospital for 5 days. 5 days, and I had okay insurance. Not good. I upped my insurance. Now they take more money from me because I upped my insurance.
How much was it?
$30,000.
Okay, because you got what?
I got a surgery
and the bed,
the bed and
and
the
medication,
pain medication.
and you pay for anesthesia.
Thir-
You pay for time.
$30,895.
So then they getting way more money now for them beds now. for the
No, they're
COVID.
not. They're getting about the same. And I'll tell you why. Because
gotta
what
be
has
about the
happened
same.
is, no, it's about the same. Because they've turned away your chronic patients, like your kidney dialysis
But I don't pay
patients
for that.
are
I've already
always-
paid for that.
That is always in
Yeah,
the
I've already
hospital.
paid for that.
What do you mean by always like that?
Because they
If
have
they're on
certain
dialysis
conditions. If
and
they're on
all that type of
dialysis,
shit,
some
okay.
some of them end up in the hospital because they just can't get that fluid off.
Right.
Wow.
So it causes problems for them to have to be in
Yeah,
and
dialysis-
have dialysis inpatient,
Dialysis
which
is
causes
an
them
everyday
more.
thing.
No, it's not every
Well,
day. It's 3 times a week because
3
their
times a
body
week.
can't see. Your body can only.
They have to
some-
clean their blood.
Yeah, and sometimes you're supposed to pull off a certain amount of fluid, and a lot of times their vital signs will not allow them to pull off that amount of
And
fluid.
that's extreme cases because that's
Dialysis
my
is
father.
extreme.
My father has type 2 diabetes.
Right.
So, but my father doesn't have to go to dialysis every day. But
Well,
he,
diabetes, the only way he would go to dialysis is if his kidneys were affected. But here
Yeah,
again,
he
but
doesn't
even
have-
then, let me tell you about that. There's different stages to chronic kidney disease. If you go to stage 5,
yes,
stage 5 is dialysis.
That's totally different.
1 through
But he's
4.
But he had his legs infected. He's
Right.
had his leg infected where it looks like my father looks like it had a shark literally attacked his
Yeah,
leg.
because that was a
And
wound
they-
that didn't heal.
He has a person that
It
comes
was
in.
what
and
they call it. It's an ulcer. What it is, it's
Yes.
like a skin ulcer that never heals.
his legs literally look like Fred Flintstone.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
he has to have a hospice person come in every day and rebandage him
Right.
five.
Yeah, they have,
days
to,
a
and
week.
then at least 2 or 3 times a week, they have to go in.
So he
there
doesn't have to go on dialysis.
with that too,
Yeah,
because
so-
that's wound healing. He has to come in and have wound care
Yes.
every day, and the reason is that keeps him basically from them amputating his leg.
Yes, that is true.
Okay, because he's now a prime candidate for
And he has a
gangrene.
stent in his heart.
Right,
And he has a
and
stent.
now he
in his
doesn't have
heart.
proper blood flow, and he's diabetic.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why his
he's
legs
not
are
getting
like
proper
that.
blood flow to his limbs like you normally would. That's what the stent is for, because he has he has problem with anticoagulant. His blood coagulating too much, meaning that he gets clots. So you don't have distribution.
And he's on and he's on
Probably Eliquis and all that.
yeah, he's on the blood thinner.
Eliquis, right?
Yeah.
And because that way he can go once a month for the to test his INR levels.
Exactly. Yes.
Because if he went on Coumadin, he could be going every.
Well, he's
week,
on Coumadin.
Is he taking Coumadin?
Yes, he's taking.
Yeah, because now you can do it every 28 days
Yes,
now.
that-
They
that-
upped it to
that's
28
that's
days
a
now.
blood thinner.
Yeah, my sister even know the medication names.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
because
Coumadin?
I do it every day.
That's
This
dope.
is just what I do every day.
Yeah, those
I-
are-
I take
Coumadin
my
is a
medication
blood
every day.
thinner.
We talking
Yeah.
about medication,
Yeah, and that's how you get these prices, because Coumadin is cheap as shit. That's $3 outside.
I was about to change the whole subject.
But you get up in the hospital, that shit's $300.
Hey,
You
who
like,
shot
what the
Disease? Because
fuck?
they're
I was
not
just
mine.
thinking about-
Well, he was getting them ready. Go ahead and knock them down, bro.
But ain't no Raiders on it.
It's still your birthday.
Hey,
Ain't no
you want a
Raiders
shot?
on that is.
You know, it's own shit.
Oh,
Who
you
the-
did that?
No.
No, that wasn't him. That was whoever that was. That was generous.
There it is. It was already there.
They're generous. They want you to have that, Jane.
I know it wasn't mine. I'm not drinking.
I was just thinking about a whole lot of condolences right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of them.
Prince
Shit.
Marky D.
That's crazy.
I ain't fat, man. What's this,
Fat
Buff?
Boys.
What's this, Buff?
Yep.
Who else passed away this week? Lombard.
Yeah, Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
Fuck
Well, you know,
him.
no, you know what
I was
though?
saying though.
Fuck
I'm
you
him.
know
saying
what
he
though?
passed.
No, you know I'm gonna say something though. I listened to Rush Law for the past 31 years, and I learned a lot.
See,
He
that's
was the
reaction
one-
I
Gotta
need
be
to
a
get.
bigot.
I
Yeah,
learned a
white
lot.
power.
That's right. That's what made because
Negro.
that's right.
I had to bring it up.
Misogynist.
No, you're right though.
Misogynist, feminazi, fucking
Good, because he helped me
racist,
spot other
fucking
Nazis.
feminazi.
Other
Oh,
closet
I know.
racists. He showed me how to catch them. Gave me the keywords to catch them motherfuckers.
Fuck
That's
him.
why I erased so many of them motherfuckers off my face. But I
D's and
lost so many
D-Dot.
friends behind it.
I told you.
Black-
D's or D. Yeah, you call me D's or
Yeah,
D
D's
from
These are D.
from
Yep.
CB4.
Yeah.
Somebody else
man.
passed away this week, man.
Oh, it was was it yesterday?
Yeah,
Nicki Minaj
yeah, they
found
found the
the
guy
guy.
They
that
found the guy.
they found the guy who ran her daddy straight over.
Leon
That's fucked up.
Spinks.
Leon
Nah,
Spinks
he's
died
been dead.
last week. He
No,
died
it was
last
not
No,
last
2
week.
weeks
He
ago.
been dead
He been dead for about 2-3 weeks.
about 3 weeks.
Yeah, because
If
Mary
not a
Wells
month.
died. Mary Wells died a few weeks after him.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, it's been a lot
somebody
of
who
them that's
just
gone.
recently.
Um,
Phil Spector died, nigga.
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Phil
Phil Spector.
Spector.
Yeah.
The Wall of Sound. Good, he died. Good, he died.
Yeah.
No, I ain't gonna say good
Murderer,
he died because we don't
murderer.
know. There it goes. The same shit.
Murderer.
I still don't think OJ killed the motherfuckers. That's my
OJ
opinion.
He
killed her.
did, but you know,
I see everybody.
OJ
We
killed
can't
her.
get into
Phil
that.
Spector
I'm
killed
just
her
saying.
too.
he did. But listen, and OJ
Allegedly.
and
Robert
OJ,
Blake still chilling.
yes, another murderer.
A murderer too.
Gun, he
Shit.
let his gun
Hope
slip
he
out and he
dies,
accidentally
too.
pulled the trigger.
Please
Shit.
die.
I mean, hey, listen, in OJ's
I've never seen
OJ's
Please Die.
defense though.
In
killing somebody,
OJ's
you walking
defense,
up on me.
in OJ's defense,
You ain't
is
finna do it and live.
this is it.
You ain't finna tell on me.
If the gloves don't fit, then you must have
have
quit.
It ain't gonna fit. I mean, all that damn blood on it. That nigga knocking
Hey,
over shit, trying to get
Hey,
in the
Johnny,
house.
Johnny Cochran threw in a rap line on their ass. And they said, wow, that shit makes sense, dude.
And
Well,
I'll tell you everything
glove
you know
don't
about
fit.
about rap music today.
the thing
No.
of it is, if Johnny Cochran did what he was paid to do, now I don't know if he got paid, because a lot of them attorneys didn't. But that was his job.
Johnny Cochran got paid like a motherfucker.
Everybody got a little change.
No, not
OJ
everybody.
OJ
didn't
did
pay
it.
some
Phil
of them niggas,
Spector
but
did
OJ
it.
didn't pay.
Robert Blake did it. All of them motherfuckers did it.
That was
He did, yeah. Yeah,
between Robert Blake and
OJ, I'll say Robert Blake all day.
all of them did it.
Oh.
But Robert
Too
Blake,
many people seen
Phil
everything.
Spector too. He did it.
That's
He was
Phil
known
Spector
for.
did it, bro.
But you
He
know
You
was
know
what,
that.
known for.
He did it.
If you you ask homegirl from the Ronettes, this dude used to bring fucking guns and
Yeah,
used
he
to
used to
shoot.
shoot-
Even John Lennon
but that
said
wasn't the
John
first
Lennon
murder he
didn't work
committed,
with
though.
him no
No,
more
it wasn't.
because
That wasn't
he
the
was
first
shooting
murder
guns
that,
off.
that Phil Spector committed, though. Phil Spector had committed a murder back in the 60s and got away
Accidental
with it.
murder.
That shit wasn't accidental.
But I'm
It
saying
was
accidental.
That nigga, yeah,
You know what I'm
that nigga,
saying,
he knocked
sis,
their
yeah.
ass down. And
Knocked
Phil
him.
Spector.
knocked them down.
Sis, you
And
knocked
the
him.
thing about it, when he went on trial, he didn't even bother to deny he did it. Phil said, fuck it, I'm crazy now.
Oh, old girl died that played in police academy.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
not
had
the
the
not the
soft
little
voice.
one with the
black girl
voice.
With the soft voice.
Really?
Yeah, she passed
Oh,
away.
She passed
days
away.
ago.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, she passed away.
I didn't.
But it's
see
somebody else. And I said, there's gonna be one more.
Oh, it all coming.
TJ, who was it?
We said it was in threes.
It
remember?
ended up in
It
three.
been beyond 3.
And it's like
I just think a big person that I have to say in very influential
It was
to hip hop music, Prince Marky D. I mean,
Yeah,
the
that's-
Fat Boys. When you talking about the records they sold, what they
Is
was
there any
in,
of them left now? Because
only
I
one.
remember,
is only one
because I
Kurashki.
remember it was another
Kurashki.
one that had passed away first.
But very influential.
Beatbox passed
Yeah,
away first.
yeah.
Human Beatbox.
I mean,
that was
very-
my boy
Buffy,
too. That human
Buffy,
beatbox.
but
He was eating ass. That motherfucker can eat, boy.
but Mark
Oh.
Mark Morales, you talking about the fat?
fattest little short.
That
That
was
was
the beatbox.
Buffy.
The human
That was
beatbox.
Buffy.
Buffy.
That nigga be eating up. Yeah, but that nigga eat up shit.
But
eat up
Mark
on
Morales was
The light one.
the life
definitely a Latin person and responsible for a lot of what's the 411 from
Yeah, he
Mary
got,
J.
he got
Blige?
a lot of records, bro. He
Yeah.
Monifa.
Monique,
that was Heavy D.
Heavy D.
But he had because Heavy D had Monifa, so
Him and a homeboy Corey Rooney.
yeah, they got tons.
Now
of-
that was a heartbreaker for me, my Heavy D.
yeah.
Cause
Cor-
not only could that nigga rap, that motherfucker could dance.
But Corey Rooney,
like a motherfucker.
He
That's
could.
how I
Could
met-
nobody fuck with
that's
Heavy
how I
D.
met Prince Marky D was at Corey Rooney's barbershop in Brooklyn,
Uh-huh.
and very influential. And first concert I ever went to, and you talking about producer, Prince Mark D and the Soul Connection, very big record. Swing My Way. I mean, definitely.
Oh, it was Larry Flint.
Larry
Oh,
Flint
yeah.
died.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, Larry
yeah,
Flint,
Larry
my Hustling
Flint.
magazine.
Yeah.
Larry Flint.
Yep,
Yeah, Flint died.
Huh?
yep.
Nah, Larry
He just
Flint
died
just
like
died.
last week.
Uh,
This week.
They all dying. They
he
just
died.
Does
He
any-
died a week. He died a week. and a
Does
half
anybody
ago.
remember walking down the street when you used to find, like, there used to be
That's
porno magazines or some kind of
Shit,
shit
I remember
used to be
Yeah,
walking
torn
down
up,
the street,
torn up and shit.
torn up down the street. That shit doesn't happen anymore. But when we were
We have
kids,
internet.
Mary Wilson.
I never
Yeah,
looked
Mary-
at
Mary
died
Wilson.
last week.
but
yeah.
does anybody
Yeah,
remember
that's-
seeing porno magazines on the street while walking to
They be
school?
walking
Now
down the
Leon
street.
Spinks
He
did.
said titty and ass and shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
I talked about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
poor
crazy.
Leon. Yeah,
Remember the
Leon
first
had.
time I looked at a hustler.
And that nigga was
Wow.
29
But you know what though? I
17.
used to drive by that Flint.
29 and
Flint building all the
17?
fucking
Worst
time down
record
there
in
on
boxing
Hacienda.
to be a champion.
Leon Spinks?
Yeah,
Look at Leon Spinks boxing.
What was
Let me see.
Michael's record?
Let me see.
Michael was a fighter.
Michael
could
was
fight.
Michael was a champ. A
Until
true
he got
champ
his
with his
ass
awkward
whooped.
fighting ass.
Until he got his ass beat
He
by
met
Tyson.
I mean, his brother had
Leon Spinks boxing record.
90 seconds. It was
29 and
over.
7.
Hey, that nigga said. That comedian said. Man,
26 and 17.
Former boxer who had an overall record of 26 wins, 17 losses, and 3 draws as a
shit.
professional.
What was his brother's record?
Oh, Michael
What was
Spinks
Michael's
a
record?
champion.
Michael Spinks boxing
Michael
record.
was a champion.
31 wins and 1 loss.
That's
There
right.
it is.
To Mike
One
Tyson.
yeah,
Mike
Tyson. He was done with that. He was like,
Michael
nigga,
was-
look,
21 wins by knockout as a professional.
Yeah. Well,
21
Michael Spinks
knockouts.
could fight now.
I'm just saying.
Till he ran. Yes,
Well,
he was.
I saw Michael Spinks.
Did
I
you
saw
know-
Michael
did you-
Spinks
did you-
fight.
Listen,
I seen Michael Spinks and Tankstead
No.
Tankstead at the Hilton
Hey, look,
in
bro.
19.
That nigga fought
Sadie?
unorthodox. He used to
Yeah.
look weird to me in the ring. I used to go, he looked
Right.
like
But he was effective.
very effective.
Very
I was like, something about the way he fought.
I
like,
saw
But you know, when you think back to
Spinks
that
and
time,
Tankstead
how many
no-
great
at the
boxers
Hilton.
we had.
I know.
We had Alexis Arguello.
Michael Spinks turned out to be way
We-
bigger.
Mike
than
Yeah.
Tyson was the third person on the undercard when I saw Spinks and Tankstead at the Hilton. The third person on the undercard.
was
So
Tyson.
say how young he was
Right.
before he
19.
was.
Youngest
Oh, he was
heavyweight
young.
champion.
Yeah,
ever.
he became a champion at
This
19.
is like 80. This is like
I
86.
think
He beat
I
Andre.
gave that fight to him so he can have some money, man. Really, I don't think
He literally fought a dude who was like 6'2". I literally was watching Mike
Ali-
like
I
jump
don't think
off the
Ali
jump
just-
off the
Yeah.
canvas
You know.
to like punch this dude.
because
He was like
came
6'2".
back- Ali came back after Spinks and went how many rounds? Who did he fight after Spinks? Larry Holmes?
He
He
fought
lost to
after
Larry
Spinks. He
Holmes.
fought.
Even though he lost.
Because he retired after that. Because
Yeah,
he lost to Larry
yeah.
Holmes, and Larry Holmes was the champion.
Yeah, but he went the whole 12th round.
Yeah, he lost by.
That was
Wow.
15 rounders then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it was
15
all
rounds.
15
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
All
You
15.
gotta remember though,
Yeah.
Ali wasn't that old.
Yep.
Like,
At all.
But he has
Floyd
already
and
lost.
Pacquiao, I'm just saying though, Floyd and Pacquiao, they fighting in the 39, 40, 41,
Mhm.
42.
You know, that's
You
true.
got 50-year-old fucking
George Foreman, when he came back, he was
You got
45.
George-
How he came back at
How
How
44,
many years
45
did
years
Ali
old.
lose?
Listen up.
Three years off
Yeah,
his
Bernard
title.
Hopkins.
3 years.
Lord Hopkins at 50.
Yeah.
Won a
Yep, with the
title.
50.
But you know
he
what?
wasn't gonna.
But you know
Ali
what,
was
though?
gonna fight then. But how
Yes,
many
they,
years did he
protect
lose
the
in his
fighters more
prime?
now than
Yeah.
they did back
When-
then,
when
because
Ali,
you know
when he-
He
TJ,
lost
When
only
they
5
stripped him of his title and he was going through all his court cases, how many years did he lose? 3.
Ali got 5 losses, though.
Not only that, they
You
were
got
fighting
6.
50
But
rounds.
But three. He
And they
lost
had
3 years of his
gloves.
prime.
Let me see.
The gloves-
3 years of
look
his
at the
prime from
conditions.
the court
Look at the
case.
conditions that Ali
Wow,
fought
now
out
they-
in.
no, the conditions back then, and I agree with James on that, they protect the fighters more.
You know,
I said it, brother.
But that was
5
3
losses.
had to be.
Ali. when
I
he
had
learned
to
fought-
from one of
when
the
he was
greatest.
looking
Homie.
for
Trust me when
money.
it comes to me
When
knowing
he
my
fought
little
3 had to
boxing
be
stats.
when he was looking for money.
and when
Tell
he
us.
fought in
Two.
Africa,
Maybe
he said
2.
when he fought in the Philippines, the Thriller,
Thriller
in
in
Manila.
Manila.
he said
I'm gonna
that
kill
fight,
this
that was
gorilla.
so hard because
That
of the
nigga will talk
tropics.
about you though.
He said that air
Good
was
at it.
sucked completely out of his
Couldn't breathe.
lungs. He couldn't breathe.
But the other one was
Kennedy.
so Africa. So
Africa was
Africa,
Zaire. We
Yeah,
fought in
Africa,
Zaire,
Zaire, and then the Philippines,
which is now
Guerrilla
the Republic
Manila.
of Congo.
So the
now.
other one,
Congo.
had to be
Yeah.
at the end of his career when he was needed money.
Then they will fight with what?
So the
Oh,
other
they was
two,
12-ounce gloves.
12-ounce
Jesus,
gloves.
12-ounce
nigga,
gloves.
Them was suitcases, nigga. That's like
You might as well
They
been
were
fighting.
these
You might as well
fucking
been fighting in
Well, Roy Jones
bandages.
called them calves.
those
Yeah,
and
fighting
15
fast.
rounds.
This big, man.
Yeah, man. Real
Pillows.
talk.
But you
Yeah.
know what
Nigga,
though?
I'm hitting you with hard as I can with a
With some-
pillow, nigga.
With some shit
I'm
that
hitting
knock
you
you
hard
out
as I
Some
of
can.
it.
rocks in them motherfuckers.
I'm hitting you
Man.
hard as I can with a pillow.
He was there the night you fought at Caesar's Palace. The night I was there,
At Caesar's Palace?
he was in the crowd. I was in the
I thought you
crowd
were saying TJ
the
was
night
fighting.
you fought.
What is you talking about?
Hagler and Mugabe.
I was on that card.
Oh,
I was in the stands.
nigga talking like
I
you
was
was
in
the
that card.
champion. I'm
Me,
like,
Gary Williams,
no,
I
you
was in
missing
the
the point of what I'm
stands that
Shane
night.
saying.
Gonzalez.
TJ, what I'm
Mugabe.
saying, yeah, y'all was an undercard, but
Yeah,
the
y'all
way he
was
said it,
undercard.
like
I wasn't
it went
even
into
included
like
on
the night
TV.
you fought, like
I wasn't even included on the.
That's
right.
what I'm
Yeah, it
saying,
was
but
a
I
pre-fight.
It was
was
like 8 people in the audience when I fought.
Right.
I was
It
there.
don't matter.
Hagler
Just
and
coming
Mugabe.
in.
Maybe,
Just
Yeah.
open
maybe
it.
Hagler and Mugabe.
Maybe
Right.
9.
Yeah, maybe
Damn,
9.
nigga,
That's
you
still
remember that?
good.
I was there in the
That's
stands.
crazy.
Hagler. I've been to 2 fights in Vegas. I've been to Hagler and Mugabe at Caesar's Palace.
Wow.
I've been to Spinks and Tankstead.
Hold up. The way he said it, TJ, like you was the main attraction when he just
I know,
popped
like,
in. He was like the night that you was fighting, and I'm like,
No, but we have talked about it when
Right,
you
right,
was
right,
on the
right.
undercard.
no, but I'm
Yeah, but
saying,
see, back
Yeah.
then,
But I
They
was
didn't
there.
really
I was
protect their
there.
fighters.
I'm like 14. I'm like 13,
yeah, but back
14
then
years
they
old.
didn't protect their
Nigga,
fighters.
hey.
So to have only
Nigga,
5
hey.
losses,
I got $618 to be exact.
But
Wow.
see, we're
That's-
sitting. We're
that was
sitting,
some good money.
We're sitting here as
That was some
brothers.
good money,
and
nigga. You
I
hit
was
niggas-
literally sitting there because it
Bro.
was it was raining that night. It was
You'll be
raining
fighting
that
some other
night.
niggas for free.
I'm in a
Nigga, give me
poncho.
that shit,
I'm
son.
in a poncho. We paid like $2 for ponchos.
for your Klansman hood.
No, like
he described it going.
no,
You
they
paid
were
for-
selling like Glad
I
bags.
want them to
Richard
see
Yeah.
me.
Sandoval lost that night too.
In Richard Sandoval
Lost
was
that
Yeah,
Richard
yeah.
Sandoval
Oh,
Against
was
I
Gabby
remember
Cummings
that.
out.
I
because
remember that
I
fight.
was a fight
It was
person.
all promoted. It was like all the undercards.
Because I used to work.
Gary,
They gave us a
you,
chance.
Gary,
What happened to
you,
them brothers,
and
man?
the Sandoval brothers.
Sandoval brothers. That
I
lived
mean,
on
they
Phillips.
fucking old. Shit.
Yeah,
Because
they didn't
I
know
was
fellas.
a kid.
I know
I
this-
worked at
I
the
know
They got-
one
they
of them
got
became a
car
car
lots.
salesman.
They got
Yeah.
car lots.
Richie was doing really well the
Yeah.
last I
Yeah,
heard. Richie had a bunch of
Richie
businesses.
used to be at our house all the
I
time.
worked
Richie
at the
had a bunch of
Sweet
businesses.
Science
Shout out to Richard
Gym.
Sandoval.
Yeah,
And-
Richie had a bunch of second
Who-
Street Gym.
Who told me you
Yeah.
need the box, man?
The
Yeah,
Second
that's-
Street
he used to be
Gym
at our house
was
all
in,
the time. I remember
Old Town
Volkswagen,
promoter.
his Volkswagen.
but I worked.
Yeah.
I worked at
He had
the.
his nice
I worked
little
at the Sweet Science
lower
Gym,
bud.
which was
You
off.
remember that, James?
Which
Right.
was off.
Yeah.
Right before right off the 60 freeway
But they started at that second
with
Street Gym
Troy
before they
Ford
even
and
went
Lloyd
there.
Weaver.
See, you
Yeah.
way later though.
That's later.
No, that's I'm talking about.
They
You're
suck.
talking about
No, that's
86. You're talking about
Because
85.
Mike was
still
86.
later.
Yeah, because Mike was before that.
I
See, all of them
understand
fought
that,
people
but
before
I'm
Derek
talking about
Jackson Wild
how
with
how
you.
old I am.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
younger
talking
than
about-
you
Right.
guys.
But that's what I'm
Hold on
saying.
now.
Before they went to that Sweet Science, they went to the Second Street Gym.
But
That's
the
where they
Sweet
went.
Science
That's
That's where I
Gym,
went at.
Right. And
yeah.
that's where he
So I used to go
got
work all the
that.
fights at the
We stayed on
Forum
4th Street. You
with
walked in
Troy
Tony
Floyd
Sutter.
and Lloyd.
Yeah.
Tony Serta, yeah.
Tony Serta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
And
the
then
champion.
I
I
went-
was boxing.
Yeah,
Lisa was
Herky
babysitting.
Armenta, all of them boxed
Yeah.
at that gym.
Lisa used to babysit Aunt
Slim.
Slim when he was a baby. When I'd be at the
Yeah, you guys would be at that Second Street Gym, and then
Shit,
there was
that's
the
when Herky
Sweet Science
Armenta was
Gym.
Gym.
boxing too before
Mama
Herky got
Africa.
I
caught
remember
up.
how that gym looked, the way the building looked.
Yeah.
It was more like
I
a
used to live
house.
there, bro.
Yeah, I
And the
remember.
cool part
It's more
about
like a
it,
church.
Yeah,
the
like
cool-
a
yes,
church.
it did. And the cool part about
Steps
it is
go
no
up to
anybody
the
off the
top.
street, you could go in there and watch them train back then.
I lived there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then you could walk in that gym and just watch people
See,
See,
train.
I was at the Sweet Science
Remember that
Gym
year?
off the 60,
Right.
and then
That
I
came
used to go
later.
work all the
I
corners
was
for
trying
them.
to live and eat and just box.
Yeah.
That's
So
all
they
I
used
did
to
was
take
box.
me to the big fights in Vegas
Yeah.
They used
that
to
gym
take
came
me
a little bit later.
because, that was, you're talking about 85, 86.
Yeah, that
No,
gym
me
came
is 83.
83, 84.
The
Yeah,
Sweet
that-
Science wasn't in Pomona, was it?
Yes.
Oh, but then it came way later.
right
Yeah.
there off.
That's sparred Hector Camacho.
Right.
I was the first nigga
Yeah.
to ever knock him down good sparring.
At which
There was
one?
two big
At
gyms
Pomona
in
Athletics.
Pomona.
Yeah.
There was the
At
Second
Second
Street,
Second
and there
Street.
was the
Second
Sweet
Street.
Science
But
Gym
the second
Gary, where was
street,
going? I
But
was
where's
Gary,
Sweet Science?
Gary.
right there off the 60 freeway, right
60.
before you go to you go off
no,
Chino.
is it off of Gary?
no, right before you go on the what is the transition? On the expressway. Right
Pomona
there.
Expressway?
Yeah, there's a U-Haul truck
Yeah,
place
I don't know.
now.
That's after because
No, it's right before it's right
hey,
before
no,
you
no,
go.
saying
He's saying it's after.
Yeah.
it's
after
after that. They built that a little
Yeah,
bit.
they
remember
built
back
that
in the
after
day.
that.
Back in the day, niggas, if you want to fight as a professional fighter, nigga, you can fight the next week.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
that's
like
dope.
80. This
You know what
like
I'm saying?
85. I was
Niggas
there.
that have like that's why Julio Chavez
Yeah.
had 100
Oh yeah,
fucking
some fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. He picked his.
What's
best.
the
100.
What's the
I'll
street
fight next
right
week.
before you go on the transition? Before you,
That was
If
if you're
Ninth
going
Street.
on the
If you're
if you're
71.
going on the
Is
60,
it 60 or the 71?
no, the 60 right before you go to the 71, the
That's
off ramp
Reservoir.
before.
Reservoir.
So Reservoir. So if you got off
Reservoir
on
and Gary,
Reservoir,
there's two. There's Reservoir
if you got
and
off
Gary.
on Reservoir, there's Reservoir and Gary. But Gary is there's
Reservoir
one
and
right
Gary
before.
Runs the same way, bro.
Yes,
Damn, man.
that's what I'm saying. If you go on
You
the
said Reservoir and Gary.
More than likely, it was off of
Supposed to be
Reservoir, and it was over there in that business district.
Yeah,
where they got
the
over
fir-
there.
the
Past
first-
It's by that
if you
business
got off the
district.
freeway, the first
It's
Cross
right
County
you made,
Road and all of that.
Yeah.
there's an Arco
Yeah, it's
and there's
over
a
there.
U-Haul
Okay,
truck.
okay.
Right, I know where
There
it's
it
at.
is.
It's
We got
off. It's off of
Yeah.
Reservoir because that's on the corner. That's going toward town. I can tell you.
That's where the Sweet Science Gym used to be, and that's where Troy, Floyd, and Lloyd Weaver.
Yeah, but that
used
was
to
like I
be.
said, that was way later. That's why I'm
Yeah.
telling you that was probably a newer gym, and I can
That's
tell you
what I
it
was
was
saying.
because it was only one gym in Pomona, and it was the Second Street gym.
That's where
And
it
most of your
was.
best fighters, including
Come on.
Mike Weaver,
That's
fought
where
there.
it was.
They
Yep.
fought
But his
there.
sons, because it was
came
from
from
Chino, was
I
Superfly,
came from the second.
the
Street,
Davalos
Tony
brothers,
Yep.
the
I came
Sandoval
I
brothers.
came from Tony Serger. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
He trained me.
Tony
He put
Serta
me
was,
in there.
he was Tony
with some
Serta
of the
was a
best-
man. He
with-
was training champs.
And I'll tell you
Paul
something now.
Banky.
Your best, and TJ will tell you this too. Your best fighters, they still come to California and go to Big Bear. They still
Mhm.
do.
they always have.
I'm gonna always get shout out to Tony
They always
Serger.
wanna be in
Yeah.
And like he told me I was a natural. He said
That elevation.
he always told me, he said, man, you can fucking fight. I remember him saying that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
But
Because
there's
when
no
I was-
way as a kid that I wouldn't know who Troy, Floyd, and Lloyd Weaver was.
As a
I
kid,
heard that shit too.
As a kid.
niggas, they weren't, they hadn't made
But I'm
no-
saying they weren't
Oh, I
at the
heard that.
that's the
second
second time I heard that.
I heard that shit.
they weren't at the Second Street Gym.
What y'all hear?
The door closing. Oh, the door in the
The
bathroom,
window?
the wind blowing.
But I'm saying
Oh,
they
that's-
weren't at the Second
Ooh.
Street Gym because that was
Oh,
where all the
God.
champions
I'm
used
about
to
to
be.
get my bag. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I was going
a
with you.
kid. I'm younger than y'all. So
Right,
I'm
right,
seeing these dudes when I'm like 13, 14 years old, and I'm going to work the corners. I'm carrying the spit bucket to the forum, and then them dudes is like, we're gonna take you to Caesar's Palace. Of course I'm gonna go. I'm 13,
Right, I understand
14
that.
years old.
But you said that
Spit carry.
that all the kids at your age should have known who they were.
Not necessarily.
No, not at my
They weren't-
age,
they
unless
weren't-
you were fight fans. Only because I was around a professional. My mother knew a woman, a professional woman fighter.
Good.
She knew a professional woman fighter who worked with her at the prison, and that's how I knew,
Huh.
and that's how I knew these dudes because they took
Me
me.
either.
Oh shit! I need to put this shit in.
That shit. Go ahead, bro.
But they took
Go
me.
ahead, chef.
But they took me under their wing. You know, they took me under the wing, which I
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah.
You know, back when
Yeah.
I was, 13 years
Well, you know,
old.
sports was
Yeah, that's
different back then because back then you had them gyms where them old school gyms where and Chuck noticed where you could just walk in and watch the ladies fighter coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I got
You
to
know?
see Shane. I used to go see Jimmy Lennon Jr. You know,
Well, I got to see Shane, and he was at Second Street first because when his daddy was training him, and this is when he was
I got to
Golden
see him
Gloves.
fight when he was the Golden Clubs in
Right.
like San Bernardino
Right.
and with like Jimmy Lennon Jr.
But I got to see
but
that.
his dad
I got
used
to
to
see him
do
train
the,
before he went because my father knew Joe.
yeah, of course.
So I used to go as a kid. Like I said, I was that kid that used to have to be sitting up there with my mama at Mount Sac while my daddy played baseball with Catfish Hunter.
I know that
Oh.
name.
Yeah.
Catfish Hunter.
Yep. Professional
Well, I know that
baseball
name.
player.
Mm.
Meeting George Foster and those type of people. So I know.
Well,
And-
that's the
I know
70s.
that
That's the
name.
70s right there.
Yeah.
Wow, I
Yeah.
know that name.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. He played for the Cincinnati Reds. Yep.
That's crazy.
And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah,
like
see,
I
I
said,
was a big.
I didn't have no. My little brother was little, but I was old enough to sit there. I sit there and watch some sports. You know, you only had one TV and a 6-inch telephone cord.
Pretty
So
much.
they only had 8 channels, 5 channels.
Yeah.
You know, if you had that little antenna on the top, you get the UFC. That's like cable.
That's it.
Yeah, you know, that was like cable. Oh shit, I
You
get
would
channel
Yeah.
56.
And see
Right.
that. And see that was
Channel
a,
52.
that was a big thing for
Hey,
me.
that's what- 52
And see,
52 and 56. That was
Yeah.
it.
That was a big thing for me
Yeah.
because I'm so
52,
young. I'm
56.
so young. I was just
Yeah.
getting involved in like hip hop. You know, I was very young. So these people used to come pick me up and say, "We're going to the gym every day," and because they knew my mom, and my mom was never home. My mom was working at the prison every day.
Yeah.
So if
Mhm.
somebody comes pick you up and takes you somewhere, you're trying to get out the house. And they used to take me to the gym every day. It's not like I'm gonna fight,
Oh, I
but
got
I'm
what you're
sick.
saying, yeah.
But it made me appreciate boxing, and that's why we're boxing fans, and that's why I'm a boxing fan because I got to see all this stuff firsthand. You know, I got to be involved in, you know,
Yeah, you was around it.
yeah, going and being, taking me to the forum.
Well, I just credit my father to that because
And taking me to
I
some
credit my
big
father to
fights.
all of that because as a girl, as the only girl, I'd be the one. It'd be a whole bunch of guys, all my male cousins. It wasn't but us 2 girls. And when them sports came on, I was sitting in there with the fellas. I come play with the dogs later, but this football
Right.
game is on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I was
And that was at 6 years old.
Yeah.
and I wasn't a
So-
I wasn't a boxing person like I was gonna
Then I
box.
got into sports myself,
Yeah.
and then it
It
changed
just
that.
elevated everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then by the time I got grown and had my own son, when my son got into sports, like I said, shoot,
It's
You was
hereditary.
I was already
it runs in
there,
the family.
you know,
yeah,
and I was
that's
there
what it
front
is.
row center for every game he
Yeah.
had, you
Yeah,
know,
and I
whatever
was
he
a-
played in,
and I
whatever
was-
he did. My son got a karate trophy he won.
All the sports, damn.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, and I didn't have a
All the
father.
All that shit.
I didn't
All
have
the
a father in the
sports
house,
that you like.
but I had an athletic mother. My mother played
What was
softball
you
in
asking me, bro?
high school.
I was saying that all the sports that you like and that you, even though I know you know a lot of sports, but the sports that you really love, all of those have a science to it. That's what makes those sports so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
dope because it's a science.
Shit, I would, you
You
know
know
what?
what I
I
mean?
watch the
Easy
soccer
sport.
games and shit because they all have a science to them. The hockey
It's a
games,
science
and
to
I
it.
try to learn the rules. to
Yeah,
them
they
and the
got
method to the
plays and we
rules.
don't know
Yeah.
shit about it. We don't
And,
know the
and what
thing.
makes that,
And where
that
did this one
sport-
go and how
Yeah.
you will.
and what makes that sport difficult,
Yeah, it's difficult because
and
you on
what skill
ice.
you have to have.
Yeah, it take a lot to play.
See,
some
I was the
fucking hockey.
person. I played baseball all through high
Mhm.
school.
I love baseball.
and I played club soccer. That means I
I
got
didn't play no
paid
soccer.
to play as a child.
Yeah.
I
You
played
was,
for.
on, you was AYSO?
No, I wasn't.
I
No,
played softball,
I
I
played
was
for.
third
I
base.
played for
No, you
club. I played for there was
You remember the AYSO?
but there was California Surf, and there was the
ASO.
Celtics. That wasn't that.
No, he
These
said
were
you got
clubs. These were
ASO is like when you play
ASO is the
It's
California
league.
is
a league,
Association of Young Soccer
Yeah,
Association. I played for club soccer
club
team.
Right.
Okay.
That means parents that had a little bit of money, which my mama didn't have, but I was good enough to play for-
They let you play with a.
that they let
Because you
me
could be
play.
sponsored.
So we traveled.
Yeah,
we
right.
like we
Traveling
went
teams.
went to
Travel-
Long
y'all
Beach.
played,
And
Right,
we
y'all
went to,
played. Yeah, I went to Santa
I
Ana.
started
that's how
out
it was
in-
when my son was
I
in
started
JV.
out in
When my
AYSO.
son played in JB, my son played for a traveling team, and we
I
was in
played for a
Vegas.
I never
travel.
knew shit about soccer.
I played
Yeah.
for
Yeah, I used to
California
play
Surf.
soccer too, and until
I
I got
just
kicked
know
in the
it's the
shin,
biggest
and the
sport
nigga
in the
was over
world.
that shit. But like I said,
Yes.
once they kicked me in the shin,
But-
I was done.
I
with that
played
soccer
for
shit.
California.
I'll be done.
I
too.
played for Canyon
I'll
Surf.
stick to track.
But see, I used to go to
I wonder why they won't let you wear shin guards in soccer.
Again,
no,
that's
they
the brutal
do.
part.
You do wear
You do.
shin
You have
guards.
to now, but they still be getting
They
injured,
better,
and they
for
be
them
coming with some
motherfuckers.
long-term
But-
injuries.
But see, when
Mm-hmm.
I went to play, see, I lived in Ontario.
Like what you were saying, that's a good.
See, I lived in Ontario, but
Yeah.
I played in Upland because I used to use my father's
Address.
address because they built an AYSO
Sure did.
new thing up on what is it, 10th Street,
Yeah.
right below Foothill Boulevard, and I used to play in a game. I
That's
would
not
play
far
in the
from Upland High
morning,
School.
and then my mother would play in a game later on in the day.
Okay.
That's how athletic my mother was,
Wow.
because I would play in the morning, and then my mother would have a full game later on in the day.
So she
Yeah.
played too.
Yes, my
The
mother
only thing
played.
that I never
My
really
mother was a
competitively, played
athlete
in
all through high
competitively,
school.
and I
That's
played off the mark was
That's dope.
volleyball, but my mother was the volleyball player.
See,
Yeah, my mother was the volleyball
Yeah, my
player.
mom was.
My father was the
not
track,
a
the football,
joke.
the basketball,
My mother
and
was
the
no
baseball.
joke.
And he did all that for Gary High School. My father's in that cabinet to this day.
And then my mother would
That's
coach.
dope.
My mother would coach. If there was no man that would coach my baseball team, my mother would say, "Fuck it, I'll coach," because there was no man available to coach.
Like I said, it
My
was
mother
just
was
fun.
not a team mother.
I was team.
My mother
I
would
was,
my mother would say, "I'm a coach the team."
hey man, that's why I don't smoke weed, man.
I was a team mother. I did all that shit. I made sure the
I
kids
got
ate.
oranges and
motherfucking
I made sure that no, they had drinks and shit. I made sure
football.
they was
Pop one had
hydrated.
oranges too. We
I
oranges.
had
Because I never played
Slices.
football, so I don't.
Just little orange
I
slices.
did all of it. I was team mother,
Y'all had
all
the
that
same
shit.
thing.
Basketball,
Yeah.
whatever it was, I was involved in it. Sometimes I would have some of them players with me. I would get them to the games and shit. Make
That's
sure
why I
they got
always
to
loved my
practice.
mother.
If
She
I
would
didn't do
always
it, my
make sure
ex-husband
that
did
shit
it.
happened.
My ex-husband would do it too.
Yeah,
We'd
that's-
have these kids with us.
That's
and
why I
make sure they
respect
got there.
mothers.
Yeah.
Mothers,
when we
mothers
played
of
Pop Warner-
athletes. That
Look though, when we
I
played Pop
respect that.
Warner, our coaches before our games, and I played in Claremont, our coach used to have us stay the night at one of our
I'm back.
other players' house.
Yes. Dinner ready.
So this would happen every week. So the night before our games, it wouldn't be you at home. You get what I'm saying? It's not you at home
Right.
and you getting ready for the game.
You know what?
If Lisa was a quarterback and I was a running back, the coach would every weekend have us stay the night. You either gonna stay at Mario's house or Mario's either gonna stay.
But I mean, a lot of you out there
Tom's house.
who play
at
sports,
this Pop Warner.
Especially if
He
you
was
travel.
conditioning us.
Because it was
Yes.
imperative
We
that you got there
traveled.
2 hours before.
And it was that he wanted to make sure that his key players was together.
I mean,
so that's putting,
y'all may see me. I'm a fat
But I
had
motherfucker
key
now,
players,
but I
the
wasn't
key players
always
was with
fat.
me.
see what I'm
I
saying?
wasn't-
And you
all
gonna
the
be
key
what?
players.
I
on
wasn't
time.
always fat.
Yeah, and you're gonna be there
I was
early.
an
You gotta
athlete.
get there 2 hours early.
I was,
That's what
I was an
saying.
athlete growing up.
You
I
gotta
played
get a
Hobart
feel- you
all
gotta
through
get a
high
feel
school.
for that
Won
field.
state championship. I
What'd you
played.
play?
Soccer.
I played baseball all through high school.
No, old school. Drink, pour your drink. Carlos.
No, I played soccer all through high school. All through. I played baseball all through high school.
I was just asking, bro. Don't get offended.
No, I'm saying I'm a fat motherfucker now, but I was an
Yeah, you
athlete
is a
growing
fat
up.
That's
Right.
true.
I could believe that. That doesn't mean that you wasn't an athlete because you gained weight, bro.
Yeah,
That still don't take away from
I
your
was,
skills.
I was actually pretty good. I was actually really good. I mean, all star, every city all star every year. Trying to go to the Little League World Series every year.
I did
Bro.
that shit.
Yeah,
Can I get my
Give me a shot
Shot.
because he'll never get it.
You got trophies and medals and shit from those stuff?
Yeah, he got some
I
old
did-
war
I
trophies.
did all
all
that stuff throughout my whole life. It was either go to Cal State Fullerton or be a rapper.
Never.
That was it. Me, I chose. I wanted to be a rapper.
Never.
And my mother was so mad at me because I wanted to offer me a scholarship to Cal State Fullerton, which is one of the best baseball programs in the country. And I chose, I wanted to rap. I mean, whether you want to say that's a bad choice, whether what I've done in my career,
Yeah.
you want to say,
I'm in a good mood.
I wouldn't have made it as an athlete. I wouldn't have
Old
made
school.
it as an athlete.
I'm in a good mood. If you feel like calling in today, go ahead and call in. I got you on my cell. Put you on the speaker. And whatever you want to talk about.
What's the number? You got to give him the number, TJ.
It's cool.
I'm
This nigga said,
What?
951
951
385
35
8250.
8250.
And fuck all y'all.
No, I mean that's how we grew up. We grew up as athletes because that's what we had when we
No,
was
but you
growing
know the
up.
trip part about it. And I don't know old school you've seen it, but I watched this week, and it's just some people that just don't ever need to speak again. they had the hearings on the reparations, which is HR 40. That's the bill.
I did see it on my phone. I did
Lord
see some
have
of
mercy.
it. I did see the clips.
Okay, I saw the whole
It's
thing.
it's not gonna happen.
Bro,
It's
no,
just
it
not
is. It's going to be
happen.
statewide. Yes, it is. That's where you
States may do, but it's not gonna be federal.
Okay, I'm not going to say that because yeah, it is. Now the people they had up there, they ain't gonna stop. They ain't gonna stop a bullet. The people they had up there, you got
That's true.
Herschel Walker,
Herschel.
God,
And
Who's
Larry-
a big Trump supporter? Who's
yes,
a huge
and
Trump
Larry
supporter?
Elder.
Who's a big Trump
Who
supporter?
is the whitest
No,
black?
who is the
motherfucking
whitest
white
black
man?
person?
Man, these two, you should.
Larry Elder is as white as my T-shirt.
No, you know,
He-
who
even
was
though
the
he's black.
motherfuckers, though? You know who really is really worse than both of them?
Who's that?
Jesse Peterson.
Yeah,
Oh, that
Jesse
cock-
Peterson
Ooh.
is 10
Yeah.
times.
That nigga.
but I listened to
Wait a
Larry
minute.
Elder on the
Did I
way
tell you?
home.
But
Period.
Larry Elder still
I
has a
didn't
show
do that. I didn't
in
even do that.
LA.
Jesse Peterson.
Yeah,
I call
but-
Larry Elder. I call him Uncle Ruckus.
Let me tell you
From-
something.
Larry Elder is whiter than me.
Yes, but
Listen.
Yes, no, man. Jesse
He
Peterson
is.
is
Jesse-
a
yes, yeah.
male Candace Owens.
What's his-
Mhm.
no,
The
Jesse
male
Peterson.
Candace Owens.
That
Yeah.
motherfucker-
And you
Yeah.
see what happened to
Oh,
Candace
man.
Owens when she had her white baby.
What's up, Janice?
All
We see
the white people
They
started.
talked about it.
They started.
Well, this is my problem with Candace Owens. Okay, now you're just a big Trump supporter. You're this big you're anti-black and you are black. But I can
As they
remember.
call her a bedwitch.
Let me finish. But let
That's
me
what she
tell
is.
you when she
That's what
went
is.
and was also hollering about racism back in her college days.
Wow.
Go on YouTube and look it up.
And
There's a
got
clip of
paid.
that shit.
And got paid.
Okay.
$7,000.
And got
Okay.
paid.
Okay, so
Now-
we're exposing some
the
motherfuckers today, huh?
Now, you
How
know,
much you get?
$37,000.
yes, she did. And now you coming on here and you're doing all this hooping and hollering about black people being self-sufficient. But how can you be self-sufficient if you still be in modern day Jim Crow? It's not going to happen.
that
It's
name
not
hurts
going to
me.
happen.
That's really what they say when I say bedwinch.
No,
We know what
This
bedwinch
is a
means.
term.
Bed-
This
We
is
know
a
what
term.
we know what it means.
Bedwinch. What
That's a slave
bedwinch
term. We
means?
know exactly what it means for hoe. We know
So-
exactly what
so
it was. That's
she
what they call
comes-
slave, black
she
slaves.
comes-
Women.
But
We
she
know
had
what it is.
she recently had a white baby,
She married
and
to a
when
white
she
guy.
put
That bitch
the
went
she's married to a white man, and she had a white baby. So she thought all the people who support her are going to give her credit and be like, "Oh, what a beautiful child." As
Mhm.
soon as she put the child up on Instagram, the racists came.
Who you talking about, Lady Eloise? I've been gone. Who you
But
talking about?
you know she has
No.
no power.
She has.
She hasn't run the company. You know the people in Paris run the company. Okay, back
No, but
no.
who was I talking about?
We're talking about Candace
Well,
Owens.
see, the thing of it was is they had this hearing. It's
No,
what you call
she don't
HR
even
40.
deserve to be talked about.
No.
They had the hearing. So
They
they
had
had,
a hearing
Don't even
this
talk
week
about
her. I don't
for
like-
reparations.
Can I
Yes,
hear- can I
I did
finish?
say it.
so they
I did say
had,
it.
like I said, Herschel Walker and Larry
Candace-
Elder, and these
Brown.
fools was defending it, but their defense against this was so atrocious.
Oh my God, Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker, well, black people just need better educations, bruh.
You need education, nigga. You
If
went to
we could
college.
get that,
Stupid
You
ass.
can't even talk.
Didn't he
right.
go to Georgia?
yeah,
Didn't he go to
on the
Georgia?
football
Yeah.
scholarship.
So what does that say? Oh, I ain't finna
Only
talk about
because
Georgia.
he played football.
But Georgia, to me though, you know what? I'm gonna say this. And I'm a California type of nigga. Georgia is so suspect to me. The state. I mean, some people. Your situation is. Your
But it's
situation while
changing
you're
now.
out there.
It's changing
Bro,
very
I've
much.
been there.
But I'm saying it's changing now.
I've been there recently.
Hey, was I gone a long time?
Yeah, long enough to be like what?
Well, the thing what I was
Long
trying
enough
to
to
say
shine
was,
I ain't, that's why I don't
Thing
smoke
up,
weed,
Did you go
bro.
downstairs
That's
and
why
shine
I-
your?
I was
What?
sitting there
Thing
going,
up.
I got the munchies like motherfucker.
you just
I
had a
to go-
few puffs,
I had
whatever
to go
that shit
get,
was,
nigga had to
and
go
you
get
hungry
some
as hell.
chips. So I was like, that weed don't play like
But if you want to put up on reparations, and you want to put up Herschel Walker and Larry Elder,
This was their thing for black people to say, I want to be like them. No, them the niggas
That's
you don't
Uncle
want
Ruckus
to be.
from the
like.
Boondocks.
yeah, it's Uncle
I-
Ruckus
From the
and
Boondocks.
Yeah, I agree.
That nigga
totally
said,
agree.
I got reverse.
No,
Pull
but
a
it's
light
the
on.
truth because the things that they were saying. So I listened to Larry Elder on the way home, and he's just ranting and raving about how we need to have school.
He's
vouchers
still on
and blah.
AM, right?
Yeah, he's still on
AM
590,
radio,
yes.
right?
Yeah,
But that
he's
let
still
you
on
know a whole lot
590.
about him, nigga.
And he on there ranting and raving how black folks just
Yeah,
need
weird
to be
ass.
self-sufficient and blah blah blah. So I'm listening to this now. Mind you, he almost 70. So I'm listening to this and how
Yeah.
self-sufficient
If
you are.
you- if-
But what I'm saying is check this out though. You so self-sufficient that you benefited off of the civil rights,
Wow.
affirmative action.
Everything.
That's how you got to go to all
You're
these different
right.
colleges.
Yeah.
University of Michigan was
And
through
that's
affirmative
just- yeah,
action.
man.
So it's the typical thing with Candace Owens and all the rest of these bourgeois ass boule niggas. This is what they do. I got mine. Fuck you. Get
Yep.
yours best way
Yep.
you can.
Exactly.
No nigga, fuck you.
Yeah.
But they got there.
That's the thing. That's what they
the reason
do.
they got there.
Yeah.
The reason they got there
It
is
was through
because
affirmative action.
affirmative action and white people going, I'm gonna support this black person who's anti-black.
I'm a sponsor this
Yes.
black kid.
Yes, the pull up by your bootstraps, black person that says, "Oh, I need to get." And if you really look, these people never look into the back. Larry Elders, like Sis said, he got his stuff through affirmative action. Candace Owens, she was suing for affirmative action and
That
got
helped,
$37,000.
NAACP.
Yes.
They helped her to get that.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
but see,
helped
that's
her to
another
get
thing.
there.
See, that's
And
another
that's-
thing. But see, this is what we
you know.
need to. This is what black people need to look at because I hear this all the time, and I had said something about it, so I get all this feedback. It took me a couple of weeks to figure out how I wanted to address this about black folks using to be Republicans. Okay, let me talk about that.
Mhm.
First
Please
of
do.
all, black
Please
people
do.
started fleeing the Republican Party as far back as 1936. By the time the 1960s come, black folks just dumped the Republican Party, and I'll tell you why. Because the GOP overthrew the moderate Republicans, and they put in right winger Barry Goldwater, who's known as Mr. Conservative. If you don't believe this, you go look it up. This is when
I heard the
people-
blacks were Republicans first.
They
I
were
heard
because
that.
they were the
I heard
liberal.
that for a fact.
They
I've
were.
heard that.
That's true, but they were
Yeah.
liberal Republicans. What happened was
Because of the North and
because
South stuff. Yeah.
what happened was Barry Goldwater was that right wing racist Republican, and that's how they became the GOP. They overthrew the Republicans who were liberal,
All the liberal
Do you understand
Republicans.
that? Do you understand
and that happened in the 1960s. And they put in place. Speaker of the House was Barry Goldwater.
Can I
They
say
did
one?
not believe in the Civil Rights Act or the Civil Rights
No.
movement
They
that
did not
happened
want that.
after Lyndon Johnson
Signed
signed
that
in
deal.
that
Was
civil
the
rights
deal.
and put that into law. After
You know
those,
that
after
too?
them
Yeah.
Mississippi boys went missing
Can I say one
When was
thing?
that? What was that? Okay.
in 1963.
Can I say one
Okay.
thing? This is how the Republican Party started. The Republican Party started in the House of Blair.
We know that
Even
that's
even
the
if you
party
go
of-
to the
of
Blair House,
Lincoln.
the Blair House right now started with Preston Blair. Preston Blair started the Republican Party, which was an abolitionist
Right,
party,
Yeah.
anti-slavery party.
Right.
Republican Party started in his living room. He's the one that went down and talked to Jefferson Davis and tried to sue for peace and say when they give all this
yeah, we
credit
know all
to
of that. But what I'm talking about is that black people pride themselves when they want to justify being a Republican now.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is they're trying to goat
yes,
you
that
and
is
make you
totally
and
yes.
make you feel guilty. Well, we
You
was
are
Republican
totally
back
right.
then. But what they're leaving
That is
out
corrupted.
is that we ditched the Republican Party back in the 1960s
Yes, it is
when
totally
when the GOP overthrew
because in the
Republican Party
60s,
back
in the
then
50s,
and
and the
put in
60s,
the most racist, Mr.
were
Southerner,
Democrats.
and it was the most racist was Barry Goldwater.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
Barry
he was.
Goldwater had
He
the
was.
South locked in.
Yes.
He was.
That's what because before that, your Democrats was the racist. But you see, that started changing as far back as 1936
Yes.
with Herbert Hoover. See,
You're
this
right.
is what people don't understand, and that is when black people started deporting that. By the time the 1960s got here, and they dumped the Republican Party all the way. Now I'm gonna tell you something else. Not of now. They dumping the Republican Party now, but where they going? They're going to be independent because the independent movement was started in 1968. The independents were also conservative. People don't know that shit either. Now they're going independent because they're never going to be Democrat. I'll tell you what they will do. They'll go independent. What's getting ready to happen is they're getting ready to overthrow the GOP now, but it's going to be these Republican QAnon nuts. That's who's going to overthrow the GOP.
Exactly.
And now what's going to happen to GOP? The Republican Party is going to split. You're going to have your centrists, which is your Lincoln and your Reagan Republicans versus your conspiracy theory nuts of the QAnon Republicans.
See, that's what I am.
That's what
Me,
it is.
I'm a Lincoln. I'm a Lincoln Republican. I am a Republican. I have conservative views on certain things.
And that's all
But
because of what happened with this man.
socially, I have a Lincoln and abolitionist. Me, I have John Brown. Me, I'm a John Brown.
I'm a Democrat.
I'm a
and I'm
John
gonna tell
Brown
you why.
person.
I am a Democrat.
I'm a registered
I'm a
Republican
Democrat.
only
I don't
because
give a
I
damn
like to
about
throw
the
off the
conservative
vote.
values. I'm gonna tell you right
Man, I
now.
don't know none of them.
I don't give a
motherfuckers.
damn about conservative values because a lot
No.
of motherfuckers ain't conservative. They the biggest conservative hoes you ever want to see in your
And a lot
goddamn
of
life,
these motherfuckers
and they the
that
most
jumped in
crooked.
that Trump party, they not even
They're
Republicans.
That's
No,
Trumpism.
Democrats.
That's Trumpism.
No,
That's
they're
not.
not.
That's
no,
not
they're not
conservative.
Democrats. No, they're not
That's not
Democrats.
conservative,
They are
and
Republicans.
that's
They are
not Republican.
Republicans. But now they are the radical pub. They're the spinoff of the Tea Party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
That's
Tea
what
Party.
the QAnon Republicans
what I'm
are.
saying is that a lot of them don't even fall into the category.
They're
as far as-
traditional Republicans. No, they're
as
not.
for-
As
yeah,
a traditional,
exactly. Yeah.
because I'm gonna tell you something. This is to me, and a lot of people. This is where a lot of your white evangelicals, those people up in the Republican
Don't
Party.
trust them motherfuckers.
Well, you shouldn't,
ever.
because I'm gonna tell you
right.
something. What they have done, and this is why they're
Yeah.
losing too. This is why
Yeah.
when this is all over with, they'll never take office ever again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because they are
To them, it's
losing
a black
their
heaven
church
and a white
base.
heaven.
They are losing their church
They might
bases
even
because
know.
they are tired of being put into them and having to pay for being in fear. But for instance, the first thing they'll tell you, you're losing your country. You
Hello?
taking your gun rights.
Hello.
You
Which
gotta
is not
fight.
true.
You
Yeah,
got to
it's
fight
true.
for
Come on,
abortion. We got to
Come on.
overturn abortion. The bottom line is that's the law of the land in the
Come on,
Constitution.
man.
You're not going to overturn
That's
abortion.
Roe versus Wade.
It's the law of the land. It's part of the Constitution. It's not going to happen. That's number one. But that's the
Not
farce
gonna
that they
happen.
feed them. Number two, I would have more respect for Republicans if we just came out and said, "Look, they'll tell you things like, oh, we need smaller government." No, the truth is, you want a government you can control.
Exactly.
Wow.
And if you
Yeah.
can get the Democrats out of the fucking way,
Yep.
you can control the shit. Look at Texas, Republican state. Look at the state that they're in.
Wow.
Shout out to all the people in
And
Texas
prayers
who
to
are
all of
going
Texas
to
and
it.
Oklahoma.
Texas, yes.
They have it
Shout
real
out.
bad, man.
See,
Remember,
because
they're on their own
we-
grid. They are
Yeah.
not on the
Yeah.
USA
that's
grid.
that's what I'm
They
getting to
showed
because
that's what she
no,
said.
They are
no,
on their
Rick
own
Perry,
grid.
No,
Yeah.
what is happening to them,
That's
and it's
what
going
she
to be
said right
Are
atrocious.
their
when
fault.
it's going to be
Yeah.
atrocious for those people
Yep.
because when this is all over with, their black bill's going to be as high as $10,000.
That's right.
They are going to put the people on the hook for their mistake because they didn't correct that grid.
Because they are not on the
And that
national
new
grid.
energy-
They are on their own grid
And that
because
it's privatized, and
and-
that's why they can be charged that. There is no government regulation. That
It
is the
don't
reason
connect.
why
That's
they
the
couldn't
damn
get.
connect with every other. Yeah,
And
Right.
no.
and the
Yes,
thing that's
because-
called that
Yeah.
governs the national grid
They can't get
governs
national
the
grid because
grid
they're privatized.
for-
They can't.
for Texas is called the National Railroad Association. That's how they get by.
Right, but it's private.
It's
It's
privatized.
private. It's not. It's not
privatized.
It's not a government.
So if you're on the
program.
railroad association, why would you not be on the regular grid? Because
But-
they
no, the
get
problem with
subsidies.
the grid. No, the problem is with the grid. See, this is my point. This is what I'm getting to. Now, Rick Perry's up here lying, saying that it was on the new Green Deal. New Green Deal ain't even in. Oh, we don't want to talk about
Cancun
flying
cruise.
cruise, flying cruise.
Cancun cruise.
Cancun cruise.
We
Don't
did
care
not,
about his
what the hell
dog.
is going on down there? You think it's all right?
Hey, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Cancun cruise.
But anyway, the bottom line is Rick Perry is trying to deflect and blame it on AOC. But the funny thing about that is AOC
That
is in
bitch
Texas.
donated $3 million.
No,
She just
raised
donated
Yeah.
her and Better on Road. They just donated
$3 million.
five
In
5
24
million
hours.
as of today. 5 million
24 hours.
in $5 million. They donated.
Yeah.
They got their supporters, and they don't even live in the state.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
And
came
this
down
dude
there,
is taking a plane to Cancun,
and then he lied.
and then he lied
Then he asked the police, called the police department to help him and his
to help
family
him get to the
airport.
gate of the plane.
Damn, nigga, the plane.
Hey, y'all. Hey, we got a caller from the UK, and man,
The UK.
Rob.
I love the UK.
Yeah, they're having problems. Prince Philip, bless his heart.
Yo,
I
can
think
you hear us,
King
man?
Philip is in the hospital.
What's up with you?
Man. First of all, man, I'd like to give a big shout out to Mr. Chuck, Anthony Johnson, Slim the Mobster, and the whole Johnson family. I think you've done a great job with still doing it within the West Coast musically, and do your show, what you do now, and everything else that you're doing out there. That is positive and keeping everything moving in a positive direction. I'm a big fan of the West Coast music.
That's right.
That Mr. Chuck did with Slim the Mobster, Talking to My Diary. That's like my favorite track.
That's dope, man. Hey, we love that, man. Coming from the UK?
Slim the Mobster.
Yeah, they come from you. Yo, Mr. Chuck's sitting right here. If you want to ask him something, go in and ask him a question. He's right here.
Mr. Chuck knows me, obviously I got on Facebook, but I like to say hello before I tell hello to Mr. Chuck. Hope you're having a good day. I'm saying, well, basically I know you've been with Death Row. Obviously a lot of people just heard of you, for your work for Compton. But obviously I know that you've been in the game since Death Row, doing stuff with Vanilla Ice and all that kind of stuff, and hearing the Suge Knight story kind of thing, but obviously I don't want to get into that because it's not really necessary. But yeah, man, I'd like to say, thank you for really appreciate for how much you've done for the West Coast music. It's phenomenal what you've done, and I look forward to hearing more music from Slim the Mobster. I see him on studio footage with Dr. Dre. And I know one of the Dr. Dre's people, Chris the Glove Taylor. He's phenomenal. His music's phenomenal. I know he had a big, huge input on Dre's career with the Explosive and the Doggy Dog. He added the keys.
Yep.
And man, I just thought I'd just come in, man, just to say that I really I'd like to say that basically you guys are really proud of. For what you achieved throughout the years. Obviously, you've had a big input on Dre's career, with songwriting and production and, all that kind of stuff. And, you've done a lot for the Aftermath. I'd like to give a shout out to the Aftermath staff as well, that obviously played their part, still playing their parts too.
Yes,
man, I'm just look forward to the material that's going to come out soon, obviously from all of you guys, and before I leave on that, man, I'd like to give a big shout out to Anthony Johnson and that I seen that picture with Tupac, man. I was like blown away because
hey man, that's a classic pick. That's a classic pitch.
Yeah, and man, I'm a big Tupac fan, but. Yeah, man, I have this talent. If I hear a Dr. Dre song, obviously I've been singing The Chronic when I was 9 years old. I first heard it. I got the Chronic from the store when I was 10 years old myself. I went to the store and actually got
that's
served.
That's big.
And
where is he from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's from London.
Yeah, man, I've had this talent.
Where?
Where you at?
Where you at in London?
Where you at in London?
I'm from Redditch. I'm from a small town in the UK.
I've been.
Well, you probably don't know where he at, nigga.
Redditch. I've been to Manchester. I've been to Manchester.
But you naming the big places. He said Reddit.
Redditch
is where?
Redditch is. I've been there with Public Enemy.
No, Redditch, nigga. We talking about where
Redditch,
he's from.
Is that in the north?
No, that's in the West Midlands.
In the West, I performed in Brighton.
Here, you asked him where was he from, then we going to where you been. We talk shit like
You know what I'm saying?
It's like
Like
where you
Weezy F say,
from?
I'm trying to tell you something and you trying to tell
Tell
me
me
something.
something.
One of us can't tell the same shit.
I mean, he knows where Brighton
Shout
is.
out to
If he
Weasel Off for the
if
real
he's
shit.
from London, you know where Brighton is, right?
Yeah. Everybody is for. Yeah, man. Like I was saying, man, I love that talking to my darling track that you did, and I like
Yeah, he ain't fucking with you.
there's a few Slim the Mobster tracks such as Dirt Game. And,
You'll be hearing some. You'll be hearing some.
You're about to,
You'll be hearing some recent stuff.
There's some new shit in a minute.
Yeah, I got some new
Ask
shit
him
with
if he's
Drag
got a
On. The video should
Instagram
be
or
dropping.
anything that we can follow.
Rough Riders.
Yeah, I got a new one.
So
with
yeah,
him.
man. Hey,
Thanks for the call,
We
man.
appreciate you calling, man.
Thanks.
Whenever you want to call in, man. And hey, it is what it is. We on
Ask
the
him if
run,
he got
baby.
an
You feel us?
Instagram, we can follow him or anything.
That's right, for sure.
Appreciate that call all the way
Appreciate that
from.
call all
Where's he
day,
from
man.
again? Where's he from?
From
again?
the UK,
He's from Reading.
Ready.
from Reading.
Okay, there it is.
Rob,
Shout out to
Muhammad.
Rab. I think it's
You know what I
Rab
mean?
Muhammad.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Shout out
him,
to
man.
Rab.
Thanks for that
We
phone
fuck
call,
with you,
homie.
man. Thanks for that phone call. That means
Real talk.
you up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to do
Yeah.
this.
Gotta be
You know what I'm
right
saying?
now.
So, shout
Well,
out
he
to you,
up
man.
doing
It's
it,
all
so.
good. We feel you on
That's
that.
all.
Oh,
good
he's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Shout out to him, man.
Shout out to him, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got a friend that lives in London.
Yeah, see, that's a whole lot of hours.
Her boyfriend's from San Francisco, so she always comes over.
Oh, yeah,
So
he's-
when the pandemic's over, I'll fly up to Frisco.
it's 15 hours difference.
Yeah.
He
Oh, 15?
Yeah.
he's it's 5
got,
o'clock
we got a
here.
couple more
It's
minutes,
7
man.
o'clock.
If you want to call in, get on the air, call
It's
in.
7 a.m. 7 a.m.
But
right
yeah,
now.
it was
Reading?
crazy. The comments that I got from that was really crazy. And I was
And
just
Mark?
like, why are you
No.
to me, you don't ever have to justify being a Republican. That's what you want to rep Trump and all
Hold
that.
on, we're
They
finna get
gotta
you live on
justify
the air.
me,
Hold on.
Yeah.
'cause it is what it is.
Yep.
What up with you, man?
Hey, what's happening with the fam?
We in the building. Let everybody know who's calling, who you are, man.
It's your boy Nick Bone Belafonte, man. I'm out of Pomona, California.
Nick
Nick
Boom.
Hey,
In the
Big Bone.
motherfucking building.
What up, bro?
What's up with you?
Oh, just smiling ear to ear. I love watching y'all, man. I wish I didn't work this time on Saturday. I'll always be right there, just sitting there with you.
That's right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
hey,
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up with you, man? What's happening?
I'm just chilling, man. I'm on my way home.
Okay.
Stay positive as I can be.
Okay.
Keeping them wheels moving.
Yep,
As you should.
Yeah.
Slow motion better than no motion.
for sure.
Shit, for real.
I got one of my artists, man. I want all y'all to come so I can be there at the end of March, Hollywood, California. She's gonna have an album release. She got something big going on too. She trying to do something positive for our area.
Oh, that's dope.
Well, why we ain't
Never
had
bring them to the show.
why we ain't had her on the show?
Because he's been working.
That's because she on the way in Vegas right now. She moved to Vegas, and that's what she been at out that way. And so, you know.
That's the
It ain't convenient at the time.
Hey. That's what we come as a village. That's what we come as a village. We pitch in and we make shit happen. You feel me? So what I'm saying, you know, me speaking, I'm just saying like we
Yeah.
can just make it happen. It's real easy.
Nah. She
What?
So
See
I
what?
would love to have
What
it
you
there.
doing?
When it's
She
your
can
weekend.
call in.
Yeah, she got a deal going, I think.
Oh, she got a deal?
She got a deal going on right now. She has a
She
deal
turn
going.
herself down, but she very sharp with herself, man. She try to keep it to herself, but she got some stuff going
Who is she?
on.
You know who
with
it
herself,
is?
man.
Yeah.
She's a hard worker. She try to show people how if you do things the right way and you listen to older instruction, also listen to godly advice, then you can put yourself in a position to do things. You don't got to wait that long. It's not about what we want to do. It's about what we should be doing.
Right.
She's showing that.
Right. 100.
She impresses me, and that's easy to do, but I'm just saying she impresses me, though.
That's dope. Let's get it together, man.
Yeah.
For real.
I've had my vaccine. I can get out a little bit now.
Bro, always, man.
Hey, Lisa, tell old school quit cutting you off, too.
Oh,
Because she's stressing important stuff. You just over there rapping.
Jesus Christ, man.
He said,
All
"You
right. I promise I won't do it no more because you said it.
I know
I
who to
promise.
call now. I'll
Huh.
call Nick Graham, slap you on the hand.
I
old school.
promise.
That didn't hurt.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. If I did, I apologize.
That's my political
Man,
brother.
it's always good to hear your voice, man. You always got a positive vibe, bro.
Thank you, man.
For real.
Same y'all, man. One thing about it is longevity, man. Keep doing something gonna happen.
Real
You
talk.
feel me? Hey, look.
Real talk.
well at what you're doing.
Real talk.
It's good because they both desperate.
Yep, real talk.
Yeah, we ain't stopped. This has been almost 3 years. We just going, you know what I mean? We doing something bound to happen, something real crazy, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Well,
time and
thank y'all
effort.
for hearing my voice, man. I love hearing myself talk. Anytime you want to hear me talk, just let me know.
I love hearing
Shit, that
myself.
ain't a problem. Hey,
All right.
hey, that's not a problem.
Out there, man.
Hey, we appreciate you,
Hey,
man.
that's not a
I got
problem.
the
You can be
same
our,
issue.
I was about to say you could be our once a month co-host.
For sure, I will. Hey, DJ, man, I miss you, man. What's happening?
Oh, come on, man. You know I'm keeping the 100, man. I'm doing me, man.
Man, that food, I still think about that little place, man. It could be the simple things in life, man. You always think you gotta, but I was enjoying that food. You know, I took mine home after y'all dozed off on me. I took mine home.
You're supposed to.
As you should, man. As you should. As long as you,
Hey, Jock, he was finna crack that A1, man. I ain't drinking about it. Now, I was gonna break my little thing. It's been about 3 months, man. I feel real good. I ain't had no alcohol in 3 months. But that day, I just keep thinking about it. I said, shit, I'll take me a little shot. You said, man, that shit ain't even cold.
Oh yeah, I don't want you to get sick, nigga.
right.
Don't get sick.
No,
Hey,
it
man.
just had that I'll get you drunk look. I was like,
Right.
nah,
right,
y'all
right,
go
right.
ahead. I'm
I'll
cool.
get you drunk. Look. Hey, that shit makes a difference too.
I gotta have my screws.
We was already fucked
Yeah,
up.
we
Yeah,
gotta-
yeah.
Hey man, I'm glad you called in, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, appreciate it, homie, in a
man,
big way.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
thanks for calling in and dog me out.
As you should. I said, at least, look,
But I love you. Thanks. I love you. I love you regardless.
like I said,
There it
hey,
is.
we're gonna need you to call in at least once a month. Can you do that, bro?
Oh yeah, call
I
in,
got you,
bro.
for sure. For
Yeah.
sure, man. And feel free to ask me anything. I'm like an open book, man. Ain't nothing to hide, man. Only thing we hide is stuff that we want to lie about. It ain't got no reason to lie.
TJ,
No, you take that.
No.
What do you mean?
That's what
We don't want to be drunk.
You
That's
got a
right,
big
that's
chain
right, that's
now.
right.
You don't take.
That's what I'm saying. So look, like I said, man, once a month, I'm gonna need you to call in. We're gonna do something, you know what I mean?
I got you. I'm here, man. We pushing, man. B-Town ain't going nowhere, man.
Ever.
They talking about make America great. Hey, they talking about make America great again. Let's start with the small things. Pomona was great at one time, so let's start with the small cities. Make each city
Hey,
great.
I don't know.
Pomona
I'm
was
still
Make the
great.
great,
P,
nigga.
make the P great again.
Fucking right.
I'm still great. Shit.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna get up.
Paga.
You got me. Hey, I'll let you know, man. Once a month for sure, you got me.
All right, we
For sure,
appreciate
man.
you, homie,
All day.
in a big one. Shout out to Neckbone, y'all,
All right, now.
from the east
Neckbone.
side. From the east side.
From the east side,
Good cat.
all family
All right.
all day.
Eric,
Yeah,
more the
man.
government.
Yeah,
That was
before we go,
Yeah,
I want to
good
say
dude.
this. I want
Always
to shout
positive.
out one of P Town's finest,
Go ahead.
D Harris. Happy birthday, bro.
Oh, happy birthday,
Hey,
bro.
my boy Culverson.
My bro
Culverson.
Daryl.
Culverson, what's up?
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday,
Happy
baby
birthday
boy.
to
Yeah.
Culverson. Yeah.
One of
Good
my
guy,
realest
too.
niggas ever, you know what I mean? Like, man, that
He's a
nigga,
good dude.
we've been in the trenches, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a good dude.
We've been in some shit.
So D Harris' birthday today, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man, hey,
he's
D.
27 years old. What, he 22
Hey,
now?
That's right.
Hey,
You
that
down
little
to that,
motherfucker,
you
hey,
age, you know.
What, he
that little
22?
motherfucker, when he was in high school,
He was a beast.
that motherfucker could
He was
run
a
a
beast.
fucking
That
football.
nigga was a beast.
Shout out to D Harris,
He
Southside
was
boy,
one of the-
Yeah.
Southside.
He's,
Yeah.
he's definitely
Elementary,
he's definitely
junior high,
Yes,
and high
he
school.
did. Number
Gary Harris.
32 for the Minnesota Vikings.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kitty Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
Love
Masterson? His son is doing a thing in San Bernardino this week.
Who was that?
Judge Mathis.
Judge Mathis?
No.
Yeah.
He said Matheson.
What's I don't know
What
dude's
the
name.
fuck are y'all talking about?
No, I don't know dude. Maybe
Philip,
you can help
you
me
didn't
out.
change,
Masterson. Who's the dude that plays?
That ain't the title
Who's the
that on
dudes
last
who
week.
you
Who
guys
played in
know that plays for the Minnesota Vikings? His son.
Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah.
talking about Keith
Yeah,
Smith?
he plays for the Minnesota Vikings right now.
Nah,
No,
Nah,
he's
it's-
gonna play for the Atlanta
Masterson,
Falcons.
Yeah.
right?
Oh, you talking about?
Oh yeah, what's his name?
You talking about? Man,
What's
my
his
bad,
name's
my
nephew?
bad, my
What's
bad,
her
my
name's
bad.
nephew or something?
Malibu. Shout out to
Malibu.
Malibu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His son
That's
is
what
doing a
Right.
event.
When I did my first
This
event with
week-
her, I did an event with
I
that
think it
little
is
dude.
this week because I saw
Ma-
she put
is
something,
his name Masterson?
something
I
like
don't
that
know,
because
but-
she put
Yeah,
it
yeah,
on.
yeah.
She put it on Instagram.
He's doing a event. So make just Minnesota Vikings number 23.
Yeah.
He's doing an event in this week for homeless and needy
We got a lot of people.
needy people
coming
in
out of
San
here.
Bernardino this week.
Right.
And,
Well,
and
hey, do
I
you
know
know what
they
I wanna
know.
do, though?
I know you guys know him.
You know what I want to do though? I want to get together with all these IE, Pomona,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Upland, Chino, Ontario, you know what I mean? Fontana, like I said, the IE, we all of us that's been successful or doing something, we all need to get
Let's
together.
put together something.
Yes, and let's
And then-
make some shit happen.
Right.
big
Let's put
for the
together a single
communities.
event
You
and
feel me?
and
For the
people come.
communities.
Yeah.
I
feel me?
agree. I agree. We'll all bring stuff.
Come
I'm
on,
gonna
man.
tell you, I'm
got
always
to-
proud of my Cali people.
We got the fathers in hip hop. I got to give a shout out to my boy Justified.
What's up, Justified?
I think we should
Brothers
involve
do.
all that stuff
Yeah,
into
all
what
in
we're
one.
doing.
Yeah,
Into what we're doing.
that's what
Fathers in
we're
hip hop.
We've been working on that. I mean, shit, I fucking spilled the beans right now.
That's
But
all right.
We've been working on that. You know what I mean? Like, we've been blessed. You know what I
Right.
mean? Even
All
like,
of us
all
have
of us
been
that sit
blessed.
at this table.
All of
every
us
week.
have been blessed. Right.
Lisa comes because this is what makes her comfortable.
Because she loves us.
Yep.
Shock.
And I get
I'm
to
on-
What
educate
makes him
y'all.
exactly. Same thing makes you comfortable. You happy?
I
Everything
bet
you've
y'all
done
know
for the
what
whole
black
week.
folks is
Please,
coming in
my
the world.
brother.
Everything you've
Y'all
done
my
for the
brothers.
whole week
You be waiting for this day to come.
ain't got nothing to
I'll
do with what
wait
you got to
for-
do today.
Oh
You
my
feel
God!
me?
I'll wait for
Everything
this
you
day.
got to do the whole week
Yeah,
ain't got nothing to do with what you do today.
right.
This is my
100.
other job.
I think
this
we.
is my pleasurable job.
I do, but
Shout
I
out
don't
to
think it
Bueno,
should be
shout out
under
to
one
Rose.
banner. I don't think it should be under one banner. I think it should be all encompassing. You got Fathers in
Man,
Hip Hop.
this
You
is
got
crazy.
the West is One podcast. I think
Right.
it should all be under something else. It shouldn't
Right.
be under one
Right.
banner.
Oh,
Right.
this is
Before
what
we
it
go,
is.
on
Everybody listen to Roland
ENT.
S. Martin Unfiltered
Rolling
Go
that
ahead.
smart.
on YouTube.
I love
He
Go
got
ahead,
his
say
own
it again.
podcast.
I love
Roland S.
S.
Martin
Okay.
Unfiltered on YouTube. Check
Okay.
him out. He's on every day.
Okay,
He
there
gonna
it
give
is,
you a lot
y'all.
of black
You heard it.
There it
businesses and
is,
shit
y'all.
like the Black Bank, Greenwood, like Little Mike and them. I'm gonna tell y'all, invest.
Shout out to Slim the Monster.
That's right, Slim. Slim the Big.
Shout out to Slim the
I heard you,
Monster.
Slim. I heard you.
Love you, bro.
I heard you, Slim.
You want to be starting something?
You want to start this time?
Don't
start it.
To be started something.
Gotta be started.
Love you, Slim.
I want to shout out to everybody that watches this every week.
Love y'all.
Hey, we gonna take it to another level.
Yeah. Stop cutting. Stop cutting Lisa off.
Yes,
Next
yes,
round,
yes.
next round.
I'm not gonna do that
Get
no
in
more.
there, Ron.
I'm never gonna do that again.
All in
Ever.
the building, y'all.
That's our
Hey,
cameraman.
we're about to go eat, y'all. We holler at y'all next week. We outta here.
I listen and I
We out
learn.
here and
Bruh,
we out.
I do. I listen and I learn. I do. I listen and I
We
learn.
out for